We're streaming now, though. All right, hi
I
everybody.
can't find my
Hi,
spells.
hello.
Sorry, what?
I can't find my spells.
You can't find. Oh, I thought you said you can't find your soul. I was like, what?
That's
Your
true.
spells, they're
Yeah,
in your they're in your character sheet.
This is.
There is
Did you check
core,
up
bio,
your
and
butt and around the
spells
corner?
all the way up top. Right below the box that says fighter, level blah blah blah. And there's a
Okay.
spells.
All right. Is everything right? Is everything good? Is everything? How is the title good? Yes, the title is good. Is the session title good? Yes, the session title is good. Does my hair look good? Sure. Oh, here we are. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the next iteration, session 5, of our lovely homebrew game, The Shattered Crown. We have the full party here today, except for our brand new character introduced in the last session. But that's okay. They'll show up in the next session. And we left off actually at their lovely entrance. So let's do just a quick recap. Let's touch base on what happened last time. We had a moment in Crook's End. Crook's End needed help from the party. They were being attacked nightly for the past couple of nights by an entity that would come in and attack the Derrick. Is it the Derrick farm? No,
No.
it was the Gibson farm.
Yes.
It would attack the Gibson farm. One of the cattle died in the first night, and the second night, upon the guards with Cecil Forthright, Susanna, and a couple of other individuals from the town attempting to rectify the issue themselves, unfortunately, the young Cecil Forthright was murdered along with another cow. And so, after much debate and much talks in the center of town at Pinion Rock, it was determined that the party would act as the mercenaries or the hired hands for the town to go in and slay this foul beast and solve their issues. And in return, the town would help them with whatever they needed to get going east to meet with their new employer, a Miss Carla Pantera.
We also get a pumpkin.
You also get at least one pumpkin, yes.
Yeah, I scored you a pumpkin, Kren.
Kren's taking one for the road.
So after meeting with the townsfolk and after investigating and gathering some information, you went to various sources of information. You interviewed Susanna. You interviewed the gatherer. You went to old Ezira and you met with her lovely and charming assistant, and they gave you some items to help along your way, noticing that there was something very wrong with Miss Duskborn. Is it Duskborn?
Yes.
Duskborn. Revia.
Levia.
Sorry, Levia Duskborn. There we go. Sorry, my notes were not up. I was just off the cuffing it. All right, but there was something very much off with Levia Duskborn, and so the party decided this is something that needs to be addressed after their encounter with this beast of the night. So, after talking with the Gibsons and imploring that they stay the night somewhere else, and interviewing them, they determined the best course of action. They fell into a trap a little bit, but it's okay. They found the various steel traps and they set them up around the perimeter of the area, and then they waited for nightfall. The nightfall came, and the party came face to face with an ethereal, Yith-esque cat creature that came from the forest with a large, bony fixture on the top of his head with tentacles that came out from it. Multiple eyes dotted its front, and as it screamed, various members of the party were terrified. Kren being one of the more scared, and as it attacked the party and Kren took a massive blow, another partner to this one, a duel of this creature, showed up, a shadowy beast climbing the tree and attacking Sayuri relentlessly on top a branch. It was a hard-fought fight, but the group was victorious, but not without much injury. Now, the party, splitting off from there, decided to transform themselves into a horse, as Lady transformed herself into a horse, loaded up the cart with the beasts, and took their spoils to Arden's house. And from there, they saw Miss Levia walking into the forest. So the party decided on the best course of action to split into twain and leave Kren back behind because he was still quite weak from the battle.
I was tired. I was hurt. I needed a nap.
And a nap you had. As Kren snuggled into Arden's large framed bed, his tiny form encompassed. His tiny form encompassed in these mound of blankets.
Yeah,
the rest of the party.
Full spread, like on his back, just fucking, just on the fucking bed.
All right. The rest of the party split into pairs of two, where Ardent and Lady went to old Ezira's first to find her in her home alone, stirring an empty pot, and after investigation it would seem for hours and hours shortly after that they had left. Her hands blistered and bleeding from the constant stirring of the very rough wooden stick that she was using. And after much deliberation and investigation, they found the ring upon her finger that they had found before was the cause of her enchantment, of her enthrallment, of her odd behavior, and they decided to dexterously and carefully cut her finger off with a longsword, and in doing so, broke the enchantments, and Ezira immediately flung into a fit of panicked and anxiety-induced screams and rants, asking, where is Levia? And at the same time, the party was seeing Levia transform slowly into her high form in the middle of a clearing. About a half-hour's walk into the forest, they, Liari and Sayuri staying on the edges because they did not want any part of this, as they were sitting there watching as Levia turned into her twilight hag self, floating a couple inches off the ground. She performed a ritual, sacrificing a goat, drinking the blood with various components upon the stone altar in the middle of a circular clearing that turned to dead grass and then purple grass-esque and floral that went up to the stone altar. And upon sacrificing the goat and drinking the blood and stabbing herself, she turned and she began to convulse, and her midsection split open as she screamed and writhed in pain. The last words she said before stabbing herself were, "May Tempest come," in Sylvan, which both party members understood. And as she opened up, blue hands appeared and pulled apart this individual. It pulled apart Levia, killing her, of course. And walking through, I want to also point out, fully clothed, is a child. A child with gold horns. Sorry, I want to make that very clear.
Fucking weirdos know.
A nice save.
Just there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Walking through, a child figure, blue skinned, eyes, pupilless, irisless, just one solid light blue color that glows in the night, with two gold horns that curl up and glisten in the moonlight. And she stands there. She takes a few steps forward. And then she stumbles. She mutters something in Sylvan. Both of you can make perception checks.
Is there anything worse than a twilight hag? A child.
A child. A child. No.
Whoa, good roll.
Liari!
Liari!
I can't see the roll. There we go.
Sweet.
Okay.
So, I will say you do understand what the child says, but because I want to leave it up to our new player.
That's how you're gonna use my one and only natural 20 for the... This is it? This is what I get?
I will say...
Every single bird breed in this forest. Like,
you do.
And
you do, because what you hear, other than the child, is you hear whispers in the forest, outside and all around, as a warm breeze flutters by you. And you just hear, the tempest, the tempest, the tempest, the tempest, the tempest, over and over and over again.
And what about the birds? I wasn't joking. Like, what's going on around me?
Okay, so what's going on around you is there is also a deer off in the distance that's crunching around, and you see a little rabbit. You see a little rabbit, because you guys are being so quiet and you're so still. A rabbit plucks out of the foliage right in front of you and just like jittering around looking for food. And it doesn't even notice you until you look up. Until it looks up and it sees you and is staring at you. Just
It's just whispering, the tempest, the tempest.
The tempest.
Liari is unleashing his full Disney princess realness.
What you also notice is shortly after the child falls, the purple grass that was at one point in a small circle begins to expand. And then the green grass begins to die in a much larger radius, and then it stops at some point.
But it doesn't reach us, right?
No. It doesn't reach you, but it does seem like it's a rapid growth for plants, but it's just like the purple's pushing out.
Okay. Thank you.
So, we pick up then with Kren. Kren, you dream.
I'm dreaming.
You awaken, and you're blinded by sunlight. As you're sitting, you look up, and you see not a roof, but the sun beating down upon you, burning you, as it usually does.
Pain Lord's light shining down upon me.
And you feel around, and you do your stretch, and as you do, you feel plant matter. You're not on a bed. You're in a field. Golden reeds stick up all around you as you lay on the ground. And as you lay there, looking up into the sky, you see a form pass over the sun. It looks to be a winged form, a large winged form. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Dane.
The sun is making it hard to tell specifically what it is, but it passes over, and then it begins to circle, and it circles closer and closer, and for a moment you see a golden glitter as the golden scales of a large dragon begin to emerge.
Oh, it's a dragon. My word. I'll stand up, and is it circling overhead, or is it like going in a direction?
No, it's circling overhead for now until you stand up.
Okay, yeah. So I'll stand up, and Kren will put his arms up to the sky.
Okay. And then it begins to turn, and then you hear a mighty roar as this dragon screams out into the distance. And then it starts flying into it. Sorry, go ahead.
Kren is terrified, but he's still holding his arms up, so he's like, holy shit.
It begins to take towards a direction. And as it does, it starts to fly in a direction after it roars. It starts flying.
Okay. Kren will start running in the same direction that the dragon's going.
As you run in the direction the dragon's going, you crest a hill, and as you do, you look over and you see in the distance the open ocean. And across the open ocean, you see dotting across it ships. You're looking around, and you no longer see your patron deity, but you look across the water and you see ships dotting the horizon, and then ships similar, really big ships that dotting the horizon, and similar to those, there's ones that are floating above the horizon. Some of these are flying, and it seems like a whole array of them. And all at once you hear as little streaks of fire come from the ships and streak over. Large fireballs are coming from the horizon, and as they come to coalesce on your position, you wake up. And you're in a dark room.
What in Sam hell was that? I say to an empty room.
Yes, so you're currently in an empty room. And we'll pick up right back to where you are after you come back to Sayuri and Liari. What are you doing right now? You've just witnessed a child emerge from a hag woman.
Is this something that we should be interacting with?
Well, we probably shouldn't just leave them
Well,
there.
I mean, it came out of her body. I'm sure it'll be fine on grass.
Yeah.
You can pick it up if you'd like.
Okay.
The fear.
He would. No, she wouldn't like. She'd rather just leave it.
So the purple grass kind of stopped short of us, right?
The purple grass is not even close to you guys. So you guys, I would say, are probably about 60 feet away from where the little girl is, and the purple grass is just at her feet. So
just at her feet. Okay.
Yeah. So she's laying down on the ground, face down at this point, and the purple grass has just reached her feet and stopped. And then the rest of it is just dead grass, and there's like a smaller strip of green, healthy grass. We'll say about 10 feet of healthy grass between you and the dead grass.
Okay.
All yours.
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself and just do another scan of the area before walking out into the open.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Perception. Oh, okay, that's
pretty good. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yes.
All right, great. So you are scanning around the area, and you are almost certain that you definitely see deer. You see sense birds. You see that rabbit, but you do not see any other entities that would be of harm to you.
Okay. So I'll kind of creep forward, one of my hands on one of my blades, but I guess I'll kind of do that minesweeper maneuver where, like, as soon as I get to like the dead grass, I'm kind of just like carefully stepping on it to see if anything happens. And assuming nothing does, I'll go across the dead grass and do the same thing.
No, actually, you blow up.
Oh, damn it.
All right, so you
leveled up.
All right, so you begin to walk across the grass. The thing you notice, nothing dangerous happens, nothing lethal happens, but what you do notice is as you walk across the grass, there's always little sounds in the forest. You hear the crunching of leaves and such, and as you walk onto the grass, it's almost as if the air has been sucked away from this entire area. And as you walk onto it, you don't feel chill, but you feel a warmth of warm wind, but it's still an unsettling temperature change between where you were and where you are, and the only sound you hear as you're walking up to the girl is the grass beneath your feet.
Okay. I'm gonna cast light on my sword and just draw it and kind of pull it out above the bodies.
Okay. You pull your sword and the ring rings out like a bell as you pull it out. And you cast light on it. You can walk up to the bodies. What would you like to do?
I'll kneel down next to the Fey Antichrist and investigate it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay. Okay, that's not bad. Is it delayed?
It's all good. Oh, let me see. There we go. Not bad. Okay. As you're investigating this individual, the first thing you notice is as you're passing the light over the skin of this individual, the skin is not one solid blue color, but it's like you're looking into the ocean or water. And as you pass it over, it changes in hue, and it's almost as if the color on the skin is dynamic. It moves along. It's like a slow dynamic roll of different hues of light and dark blue, almost like her skin has a depth of color.
Okay.
As you continue along, she does have simple traveling clothes, but they are not of any style that you've ever seen, even for your unique style. You do recognize this as a Fey creature pretty immediately. This is not even, you don't even need a heavy investigation check to tell that this is a Fey creature of some sort. But you're having a hard time discerning what race of Fey, especially with your level of expertise. This is an unusual entity here.
Okay.
The horns, as far as you can tell, are real gold. Like, actual gold, as far as you can tell.
Liari is just pulling out a little handsaw, like...
And the horns are similarly in texture, where they have almost a dynamic and constantly moving depth of color in them.
Those will make really pretty fake nails.
Absolutely would. I'm just saying.
Harvest the child.
I wasn't sent out here with a handsaw, so.
Otherwise, this entity does seem to have a bag of items on her, which
That's
is
just additional loot.
as you look through, it's just basic traveling items, as far as you can understand.
Any gold?
I mean, you can try investigating for gold, but
if you just gently cut the horns in slices, you can pass them off as coins, I'm sure. That is like,
they grow back?
Poor defenseless child, and she's so beautiful. I'm just like, how much?
How much?
So
Net worth.
that's the investigation on the child.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look over at the hag's body, and I guess the hag's body I will poke.
I would say, do you touch or you move the child or flip her over or anything? Because she's face down off the ground right now.
Is she suffocating?
Yeah, if it seems like she's suffocating, I'll try to like nudge her face over so that she's not like choking on dirt.
Okay. As you move her face to the side, you notice her eyes are wide open.
Ah!
But she does not make a reaction to you touching her, and it does seem like, for all other intents and purposes, she is out. Upon your investigation, you notice she has no eyelids. And her large eyes are pupilless and just one blue color.
So
Okay.
you're just like, you know what? We didn't see this. We're just gonna go.
I'll investigate the hag's body.
Okay, you go over to the hag's body. The hag is basically in two. She is still on her knees. Her body is on her knees, and she is leaned back, and her midsection from pretty much all the way up to her chin, all the way down, is completely split open. Go ahead and roll an investigation check on the hag.
Okay. Investigation on the hag. Oh, she's dead.
Yep, she's dead.
Yeah.
That's a dead hag right there. You find a bag of items, but it looks like whatever she had on her, she just brought what she needed to perform this ritual. So the bag is pretty much empty, other than a couple, like, it looks like a couple, like, herbal ingredients and such that wouldn't really be very useful. But there's, like, evidence of things that she brought, like the remnants of it. But other than that, whatever she brought here, she used on this ritual.
Okay.
I mean, she has a dagger if you want the dagger, but it's a pretty mundane dagger.
It's a mundane dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I forgot how many spell slots I had, but even if I'm out of spell slots, I would try to cast detect magic just to make sure I'm not missing anything here.
I will say you can tell from the overall feel of this and the overall look of it, and your innate understanding of magical items, that this is a very plain dagger. There is nothing magical about this dagger. I mean, it looks weird because it's a hag's dagger. It's like a piece of metal that has been sharpened down with a just a simple leather wrap on it. But other than that, it's a pretty non-unique dagger.
Okay. I guess I can take that back. Who knows? Maybe somebody will be able to use it to cut themselves free of a rope or something. Or maybe if I'm captured again, I can actually cut myself out of the rope.
True. Hindsight is 20/20.
Right? So I saw earlier that there were like these blue moths that erupted out of this hag. Are there still any of those left around? Like just like on the wall or on the ground? Just like,
Go ahead and roll one more perception check.
Things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think for this one,
make sure to hide the moth, because the moment Kren sees it, he is going to eat it.
Probably. Wait, have we established whether Kryn likes moths? Let me check.
You know, I like larvae.
Yep.
Moth
Me
is
too.
just snack on site.
Eggs are completely different from chickens. I'd like you to know.
Fair.
Oh yeah.
A child harvest. Oh.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
So I'm gonna use guidance, and I think I just had one more knowledge from a past life, so I'm just gonna bust that all out.
Okay,
This
that
one
sounds
feels
good.
more important. Oh, I could do that. I'm still doing it. Oh no! I clicked on the pop-up. Okay, hold on. Roll 1d4 plus.
Alright, I need to turn off these
8.
fucking...
We're being
Oh my
too loud
goodness,
again.
that's a really good roll.
Wow.
I just need to turn down the Discord sounds. That's all. I just need to turn down the I have another tab open for Discord notifications, so I need to just...
I mean, just put your status on Do Not Disturb. That makes it easier.
Well, the game agreed. Yeah, this roll's kind of important. You should probably know.
Alright, hold on.
Hurry up, Velvet.
Everyone's watching you, Velvet.
Please. There we go. Okay. Okay.
Stressed
All right.
goat.
Okay. So what'd you roll? A lot. Okay. Great.
Yeah,
All right.
I rolled a lot.
So you do notice that there's a couple blue moths hanging out on the stone sculpture itself, and
Okay.
they seem to be just hanging out, not moving. But you do notice that similarly, there's another rabbit that hops into the field, and one blue moth is fluttering in the air, and the blue moth lands onto the rabbit, and the rabbit stops. And with your keen eye, you notice that the blue moth, you can't tell specifically what's happening, but the blue moth disappears into the rabbit. And then the rabbit shitters for a second, and then itches its ear, and then continues to hop on.
What in the Jesus?
Did I see that?
Roll a perception check, yeah, go for it.
I feel like I don't want to see it, but I should. Did I close my character sheet?
Did you
I
close
did.
your character sheet? How dare you?
I did. That's not very committed of me.
How dare you?
Ooh.
Hurry up, Skylar.
While Skylar's opening up the... Ooh.
That was fast with it.
13?
Shouldn't have rushed.
You notice the rabbit. You notice the rabbit hop out. You notice the blue moth hang around. You notice the rabbit freeze for a second, but beyond that, you don't notice anything specific happen with the rabbit.
You don't see the explosion behind the trees.
Oh, okay.
So the moths that are around, is there one that's like resting on a rock or the altar or like even?
There's actually
body,
many are resting on the altar. There's you see there's about 32 or so 30 or so moths that are hanging out on the altar.
Okay, I'm gonna try to catch one.
Okay. As you walk up to the altar, I would like you. What are you catching it in? Are you catching it in your hands, or are you?
Maybe don't do that.
No, I have I think. I'm sure I have something in the entertainer's pack. Oh wait, hold on, disguise kit. I'm sure there's like a little glass bottle in there I can use. Maybe.
We'll say you have one glass bottle. I'll say you have one glass bottle you can use for this. So.
Hey, listen. Okay.
It has like a really tiny neck, so you need to stuff it in there.
Yeah, it is a bottle. Like it's like a little dye bottle or something. So like. It has like a really tiny neck, so it's gonna be not an easy trap, but you can do it.
Okay.
You need gloves for this?
So I guess mechanically speaking,
Yes.
have we leveled up yet?
I would say not yet. I would say mechanically speaking, we're going to wait until the next morning for your full level up.
Okay, because if I still had a spell slot left, I would use command.
Command them all.
Okay. So do I or do I not have a spell slot? That's
up to you, my guy.
Up to me? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to.
Just say you have one. Just say you have one. He wouldn't.
I have one. I have one,
All right,
Velvet.
sure. All right, I will allow it this time.
I guess I will look at one of the moths resting on the altar, and I will whisper in Sylvan, and I'll unstop the bottle, and I'll say, "Enter."
All right. And now I have to come up with a stat for the wisdom score of a moth. Excuse me.
Just let him catch it.
30.
30.
This is the wisest moth in existence.
All right. Well, it rolled a 4, so we'll say that it did fail. So you look at the moth and you cast command. You say in Sylvan, "Enter."
I cannot
And-
believe that a moth's armor class is 14. What the fuck?
And as you cast it,
Almost as much as mine.
and it begins to its wings begin to and it begins to flutter, and it flutters over and into the bottle, and it comes to rest in the bottle. You notice it has a subtle blue glow to it as well.
Okay, so I'll put the stopper back on top of it, and I'll poke a little breathing hole on it.
Okay.
But looking at it closer, have I seen anything like this before?
Roll a history check.
History check.
There's a lot of rolls for Sayuri right now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, don't worry, we'll get to the rest of the party soon.
Nope.
You
Time.
have not seen anything like this before. This is pretty weird and unique.
Okay.
You've seen similar things, being of your history. It's not like all these components are completely unusual to you, but you have not seen the specific thing. And
Okay.
it's interesting because the wings of this moth, they look to be glass-like. So they're partially translucent, and they're rigid. They're like completely rigid. And then when it flexes, it's like the glass shattering and then coming back together.
Ooh, pretty.
Do I know it?
If you brought it over to you.
I'm gonna gesture. No, I mean I'll gesture you to come over, and it's up to you to whether or not you want to come.
Its antenna are feeling around right now. I think you're pretty sure it's trying to get a lay of the situation right now. But it's like there's like its antenna are like forking out and then coming back.
I'm a little confused as to why, like, in the midst of the scene, Sayuri caught him off. But I do come over and I look at it.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Have I, Velvet?
Roll a history check.
I, as a player, the exact same roll, but yours is better.
I would say no. You know moths. You've read up on moths, but the thing is, like, insect culture has never really been your thing. Like, you never really been into insect culture.
Okay.
You like your teachers try to get you into it, but you're like, ew, bug.
Fair enough. I tap the glass a little bit. I'm just like, oh, it's very pretty though. I have no clue what it is.
As you tap the glass, the antenna fork out again, and they glow blue for a second, and then they come back, and the wings.
We are just like, this is a firefly, but blue and bigger. Is this a pigeon?
Is this a butterfly?
All right. I will stow that in my bag, and I'll turn to the child, and I guess I'm going to. Divine sense doesn't tell me much, but I'm already certain it's a fae. Oh, okay. I'm gonna use divine sense to sense whether or not the fae ground beneath her has been consecrated or desecrated.
I
What
think
the fuck is
I
that?
think this would depend on point of view.
Damn it.
What would you say is consecrated or desiccated? Like, is it from the point of view of mundane religion, or from the bright pantheon, or from...
So this is gonna be from the view of someone who has lived out in nature for a long time under the tutelage of a pretty powerful druid.
I will say, in the terms of mundane nature and the balance of mundane nature, this is desecrated. Heavily desecrated.
Well,
the purple grass, the fey grass that is underneath you, is actively fighting against the mundane nature that is in this world, and it is killing it.
okay. Um, I will attempt, against my better judgment, to
Sounds so
touch. Okay, would you please do it? You have more hit.
No. Do you want a glove though? I can give you one glove.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
I take off my gloves and I hand them to Sayuri.
Okay, what do your
They're
gloves
nice.
look like? Are they like nice looking like white gloves, or are they?
Yeah, they are white, of course. And they have like where they stop here. Like, I don't know if you know Child from Genshin Impact.
do.
He has those really slutty, stupid gloves.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
that, and then
yes,
there's some
of course.
like gold on the side.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't
Beautiful.
get it dirty.
I'll try not to. There's hag blood everywhere.
Oh no, there isn't.
What?
It's been a-
Interesting.
Where you look around on the natural ground, there is hag's blood, but on the Fae area, there is no blood.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
Okay. Yep. I will. I will attempt to lift her
Touch
up.
the child? Oh.
I'm gonna touch her. Yeah.
All right.
I gotta touch her to lift her up.
Easily enough, you can pick up the child without any issue. And as you pick up the child, she seems to be of normal weight. She's heavier or lighter than you would assume. Other than her horns, because her horns are just heavy. But you pick her up. Her skin, I would say, is pretty cool to the touch overall.
Okay.
And it's, even though her skin looks translucent, or looks like it would be like wet or watery from her dynamic color, it's actually smooth like stone
Okay.
as you pick her up.
Do I feel any need or sudden compulsion to like run out into the forest, or like this weird feeling of like I'm going to explode? Anything like that? No.
Well, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Gee, it's like literally
Oh
just
my god!
go with the flow, man.
No.
Okay. We should probably take this child back. Perhaps
Sure.
perhaps lady will.
Are you feeling all right now that you're touching it? Like,
I don't feel like I'm going to explode or anything.
well, that is a start.
Liara, roll an insight check.
Goodness. Stop. I am so tired of this.
You don't know.
Thanks.
He's about to explode in 3, 2, 1.
All of a sudden, Sayuri pulls out her sword.
Okay. Well, if we have that settled, then let's head. Are we going to leave the? Well, obviously we are. Yes, let's go. I'm not gonna pick that up.
Do you want to pick up the hag body?
I wanted to hear Liari finish that sentence. That would have been great.
No, that was the That was the finishing. It was that we should.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not. No. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, let's go
Okay.
back.
Back at
I keep my distance.
All right, of course. And as you continue back in the forest, we're going to cut to old Ezira's, where Lady and
continue
Ardence are trying to console a hysterical Ezira. Ardence, where's Levy?
okay.
Ardence.
It's okay.
Oh, my finger.
It's okay. It's
My
okay.
hands.
I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Levy, where's Levy?
She's being shadowed by 2 of our companions.
We need to find
okay.
Levy. We need to find Levy.
No,
Who
it's
are you?
okay. It's
Who
okay.
are you? Wait, you. I see you.
That's my friend. It's okay.
I saw you in a dream.
It's no. We are. If your finger hurts, it's usually real.
Are you okay? Should I heal your finger? I can do that.
Would be a good start, yes.
Oh, Art knows he's about to get beaten by this lady with her spoon.
All right, Lady, what do you do?
I cast Cure Wounds on her hand.
Okay. All right. I will say easy enough. You don't necessarily have to roll for it, but it does heal her hand. It doesn't bring her finger back. It now makes that wound a sealed wound. Her finger is not going to grow back from cure wounds, unfortunately. So
Yeah, I don't have mending, it's okay.
I don't have mending. Yeah, mending will fix that.
It's not sewn on like in the opposite direction so that it bends this way from now on.
No,
You
no.
might
Well,
be a redneck if you cut a finger off instead of casting dispel magic.
all right. So the finger with ring on it is still on the ground.
Oh. Is it wiggling like a gecko's tail?
No,
like when you
it's
cut it
just
off?
it's a finger with a ring on it. It's completely
Yeah.
it's a dismembered finger. So
It's literally like Elden Ring.
it's literally like Elden Ring.
I mean, Arden is a fancy man. I assume he probably has like one of those embroidered handkerchiefs on him at all times.
hmm
So he's going to very, very carefully pick it up and make sure to only touch the finger, never the ring, with the handkerchief.
Okay.
He's just gonna like with 2 fingers, just like, oh.
Yep. You pick up the finger and you're looking at the finger with ring on it, and you do notice that the ring itself has these little barbs that are inserted into the finger
Ooh.
itself.
Ouch.
So
Ooh.
I mean, pulling off the ring would have been difficult anyway.
Yeah, probably would have fucking peeled her finger like a carrot.
In the end, cutting it off was easier.
Yeah, it sure was. Just very. How is Ezira doing, like, mentally?
I mean, she's looking rough mentally. She's also looking pretty rough physically. She's an old woman, and she seems like she's been somewhat tormented this entire time.
Mhm.
But she's still like, Ardent, where is Levia?
She is being shadowed. She went into the woods.
We need to find her before she does what she's about to do. Told you.
Ezira, we cannot go. You cannot go into the woods right now.
She came to this
She?
place. She was so. I need to sit down.
Yes, you do. I will go set you up some tea, and you will breathe.
Something's wrong. I can feel it.
I love
Something's
how-
wrong.
Ardent's main thing is, you know what? Let me grab you some tea. Just anytime anything's gone wrong.
No, that's literally it. He's just like, oh no, you broke your leg and like half of your skull is split open, but like how about some calming
Yo.
ginseng tea?
You,
I'm sure it'll help.
you woman of the forest, lady. I think I remember. You feel something,
Yes.
right? You feel something wrong. You feel something wrong here.
Something is very wrong. The moment I stepped in here, I knew that Lydia wasn't who she said she was.
Levy is a hag. She's a twilight hag. I'm pretty sure.
Would it soothe you if one of us went after our party members to check up on them?
Well, we need to do something now. She left to go perform her final task. She.
Oh
Oh.
goodness. Oh Jesus. I'm sorry, my lord. Sky, you're killing me. That's what we gotta put the fucking finger into.
Put the finger in the same jar as the moth.
Yo, but that's a fun fact. The little baggie he has, I gifted that to him, and it's for COVID tests. That's where you put your used COVID tests into.
We're gonna need a lot more of those bags for the hag's body.
And we found the hag, and we found the hag.
No,
and
we found the
hag.
hag.
No, he's going to carefully guide her over to the armchair that she always sits in, and just kind of lean down a little bit so they're on eye level and go, would you like for one of us to go after them and check on them while you rest here?
I think that would be wise.
Yes? Or
What-
maybe I could take you to my
You both-
home and you wait there?
That's
I,
also what I wanted to suggest.
Yes.
I don't know if it's
Maybe-
safe to leave her alone.
Truly.
maybe that would be best. I have no idea
Yes.
what Levy has done here, and that my
Yes. Yes.
absence, I suppose. I feel like I've been locked away in my own body.
Yes. One of our very medically capable friends is resting
She-
at my home currently. He can look
She-
after you.
How long?
Cut to Kren.
I'm just kind of kicking the bed. Wake up!
When did Levia... How long has Levia been here?
Many say a week. I felt that was incorrect, but it can't have been much longer.
Yes. A week would probably be approximately correct, or sometime like that. She's been... I sensed her presence in the forest. About 30 minutes, half hour's walk from here. I sensed her presence and I went to go confront her. She was doing something at an altar. She was alone, but they rarely are. I tried my best and it didn't work.
No, it is not your fault, not at all. Let me take you to my home, let me sit you down, and we will, as quickly as we can, go find our party members and ensure that everything's all right.
Please.
Yes, of course.
She gets.
It's the least we could do.
You pick her up and you walk her out of the home. I would like.
I love
both...
that just Ardent is already like on his fucking cane, leaned on it. He's just like, yeah, let's take the lady.
I would
too.
like both you, Ardent, and Lady to roll perception checks.
Ach Gott, Alter, jetzt wieder mit Disadvantage.
Hm.
Doop, doop. I've had worse.
Wow.
Ardent.
I've had better.
Oh
He just
no.
runs straight into the door frame. There's a glass sliding door. He runs into it like a stupid dog. Oh, good Christ. What does Lady see?
Well, it's kind of hard not to notice, really. But as you both walk out the front door, Lady, I'll say you notice it first. But there's tiny blue specks all over Ezira's property. In the trees, in the garden, along various rocks, and on the bridge. They're little moths. And you feel a pang in your wrist, in your hand, as you look down at your blue moth that is now glowing blue in a very similar hue.
Lady, there is a moth in your hand.
Yeah, it's been there for quite some time, but I don't know myself what it's meant. I just know that it's kinda, I don't know, calling out to me. I can feel that it's lonely, that it's needs me, and I need it just as much.
Can I use Divine Sense to inspect whether it's a Fae kind of thing?
Go. So you can cast Divine Sense. I will say along with this, go ahead and roll for me an Arcana check. Or
Why
religion.
Do you hate me?
Arcana or religion. You can do either or.
I don't have proficiency in religion, so.
What?
No.
Right? That's my response too.
Oh, what?
Don't you talk to Jesus? Literally?
It's different. It's different. Jesus talks to him. He doesn't talk back. It hurts when he talks back.
Oh my god.
All right. You can tell that this is definitely a Fae influence, but it's not so simple as Fae. It's not so pure as Fae. It seems like it's intertwined with the mundane natural world, but it's like another side of a coin. It feels like it's I don't want to say the dark side of it because that's not quite accurate, but it's a mirror, we'll say, of it, a reflection.
Does it feel malevolent in any way, or is it more of a, well, it's here, but it's not going to kill her within the next 5 minutes?
It's really hard to tell whether it's malevolent or not, as nature is usually not malevolent, but indifferent. And this seems to be just as indifferent from what you can tell, as you are not really a natural, a person who is nature-based. It's hard for you to really tell. But from your arcane knowledge and from your understanding of the magical world, this is definitely a natural magics of sort. It just seems like a reflection or a an altered version from what you are used to.
But I can tell that it's not part of Lady's magic, but just another kind. Or?
I mean, I can tell you.
Well, yeah, if you're going to tell him, that's great.
Yeah,
he
I
needs
mean,
to
I
know.
could because he's curious about it, and Lady's just very nice in general.
She is! I love her!
So, no, she would tell you that
Mhm.
for the longest time, and I don't quite remember for how long, I lost touch with nature and everything that meant something to me. And one day, this moth, it doesn't feel like anything I know, but it brought me back.
I see.
It's like a new connection to everything. It might be
I
that
understand.
this whole world is changing.
I do know that feeling. It's something familiar. Does it feel stronger now? These moths are all over the place.
Does it?
It's always like, does it like role playing and then suddenly velvet?
So, it does feel like there's a surge of energy within you, or at least an excitement within the moth as you walk into this area. I would also like you to roll a quick, we'll say, wisdom saving throw.
Which one of us?
Lady.
Okay.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Okay.
Oh no!
As you look down at your moth, and you look down at the other moths, they all begin to glow in unison. And then in a signal. And then you stare for a moment, and then a ping of pain hits the back of your head as your vision is taken somewhere else. Your vision tears you from your vision is torn from your body through the darkness and into a forest of marble trees with red sap that seeps from the cracked membranes of the bark. A large, massive, absolutely gargantuan tree sits in front of you, made of the similar marble stone. Golden leaves hang from it, and pulsing out with this pain, you hear, "The tempest comes." You also are going to take 3 points of psychic damage.
God, Jesus! Wait, did we heal her enough to survive
That's a
that?
question, did you?
Yeah.
You take 3 points of psychic damage. Arden, as you sit there, as you see Lady drift off for a moment, you see blood coming out of her nose, one of her nostrils. As her hand shakes, and then Lady, you snap back, and all the moths calm down, and so does yours.
He's gonna lean in and really carefully, like, wipe the blood with a, like, clean corner of the tissue. Just, are you okay? You zoned out there for a moment. Look at me. Look at me. Eye contact. Are you alright?
I don't. What? I just.
Also-
I think I heard something.
Also, Lady,
Good.
you have leveled up right now.
Wow! Congratulations!
Yay.
The moth in your
Just
hand,
heal me.
the moth in your hand also looks a little bit bigger than it was before.
Oh.
Velvet is just like, you are poison, but I'm not gonna tell you because it looks cute. Nobody needs to know.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You heard something. Jesus. My lord.
It was so faint, so small. Also, it's does the title, the name, does Tempest say something to you?
Tempest. He seems really irritated for a moment because I have a younger sister by that name, but I do not think that that she has never been a butterfly extraordinaire, so I do not think that that's any connection there. But we can certainly look into it. I have multiple texts at my home at my disposal for oddities. For now, I think both of you need to rest. We should go home. We should hurry home now.
Good idea.
Because Art knows he can kind of carry old Ezira on one arm, but if Lady, no. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, so we'll say the three of you, including Ezira, make it back to your home just fine. As you make it into your door, you see Kren is wide awake sitting in bed.
Yeah, Kren is just staring, like, straight ahead in the bed.
I think if Arden sees another person staring straight ahead tonight, he's going to poke their eyes out. He's so tired of it. He just goes, Kren?
Kren? Arden! Oh,
Yes.
lady! Oh,
Are you-
lady!
Yes, this is Ezira, a friend of ours. Are you okay?
Oh, give me a shovel and say I can dig in. I had a vision.
A vision? Oh goodness! If there's another vision tonight, he's just going to shuffle Ezira over to his armchair, sit lady down, go, I'm going to make tea and you can tell me all about your vision and I'm not going to go insane.
Yeah, and Kren is just like, yeah. And then he'll go into details like, there I was in a field full of field, and there was a great dragon. Circling above over my head. I think it was my deity, Pain Lord. He let out a mighty roar, and then I followed him down. And then there was the cliff and an ocean, water everywhere. It was like a river, but bigger. And then there was boats as far as the eye could see. And then they launched fireballs at me, great balls of fire in my general direction. And then I woke up.
Okay, and just while Kren goes on, he's just gonna shove, like, how when a person goes on rambling and you hand them something and they just take it, he's just gonna shove some tea at him and go, wait for it to calm down. Okay.
Yeah, the entire time Kren's like, he'll like continue telling the story as soon as you hand him the tea, instead of like going around like this, he's still telling the story, but he's just fucking
staring at the tea.
Staring at the tea, but he's still
a field.
And then he's just staring at
field. So you saw your deity, lady, saw whatever I'm not going to say evil words. All right. You all sit together here. I am going to go and find Liari and Sayuri, and then we are all going to exchange information. We are going to try to figure out the situation. What the fuck is up with the butterflies?
Butterfly?
Okay.
What's a butterfly?
Later.
Larry kicks in the door. We found the Antichrist.
I will say, on the way.
Stop.
So.
Pause. Not the Antichrist.
So. Sayuri and Liari, we're gonna cut to you walking through the forest. I would like you both to roll perception checks as you're going through the forest.
That.
0. Liari stumbles.
Maybe.
Okay. Liari, as you're both walking through the forest, your superior sight gives you a view of something far, far in the distance.
Can't be that far. I can't see that good.
We'll say, not far this. We'll say at the max distance, you see something incredibly strange. You see a door in the forest.
Okay.
Don't go in there. It leads to
will.
the back rooms. It leads to the fucking back rooms.
I need
dude.
to. That's curious. Can I approach it?
Yeah, so Sayer, you see Liari just peel off into a different direction entirely from where you're walking. And you also, if you choose to follow Liari, you will also see this door.
Well, actually, no, I would pull her along.
Okay, I see.
It's like a mindless thing. You see it and like you reach for the person. Like I grab the nearest thing, which is probably the child.
The funny thing is, Siri probably wouldn't even know, right? She's just following you because she's blind in the dark.
Oh no!
Okay.
Wait, no, you casted light on your shoes so you can see a little bit.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it shines out 60 feet.
Fair. But at least you're not going to stumble and crush the child under the weight of your body.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a horror scenario. Okay, so I grab her and like just aimlessly walk to the door. What do I see? What's the door like? Why is the music doing that? No, don't do that.
You
What?
come up.
No, excuse me.
So-
Why is it red? Are you help?
The door opens and a well-groomed, financially stable
you walk-
centaur hands you a mug
Open
of
the door.
hot chocolate.
So you walk to the door. As you both come to the door is strange in shape. It is smooth, rectangular, with a very orbular, just kind of doorknob with very odd-looking small hinges on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
The door, in color, if you had light on it, would be like a pale off-white.
Okay. Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can touch it just fine. You touch the door, or do you touch the knob?
I touch the door first and then go down to the knob.
You touch the door and it feels smooth, but it feels like it's weird. It's a material you have not felt before. It's like a weird smooth material. It's kind of hard. It's like cold
It's
to
not
the
wood?
touch. It feels almost metallic even as you touch this
Can I
with.
divine sense on this?
Sure, if you
Sussy
want.
bullshit.
Sure, go for it. What do you send? What does divine help you find?
Celestial fiend or undead?
Neither. None of it.
Okay.
Or Fae, right? Or does your divine sense not have Fae in it?
I don't think it touches Fae.
Fair enough.
So none of it. And then
Okay.
the doorknob itself looks to be brass in color.
Can I do any further investigation on it
Sure.
before I open it?
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
He touches the doorknob,
Oh,
Thunder
that was
strikes
so
from the
close to being a
sky.
19.
fries
Really?
him.
I mean,
60 lightning damage.
You are a noble elf. You've seen many a door in your home being locked away for a long time. You have not seen a door this unique.
You've never seen a door.
It's simple.
Welcome to my life.
Brandon would walk past and be like, yeah, that's normal. That's supposed to be in the forest.
It's
Anyway.
it's simple but unique. It's hard to describe. It looks very
Okay.
clean. It looks very
So it's definitely nothing that
Minimal.
I recognize. That's
yeah.
totally new.
It's very minimalistic is a good way to put it.
Okay, well that is boring. But can I open it? I want to open it.
You grab down and you
Uh-oh.
turn the handle and it is not locked and you pull open and there
Oh.
is something within the threshold of this door. As you open it up, you both look inside and you see
I don't think Sayuri is looking.
a hallway.
No. Sayuri said, fuck that.
It is a hallway, room, possibly a large open space, but in front of you is a hall, and the walls themselves. I should probably say that there is a yellow tint to everything in this
This
area.
is the back rooms.
Yeah, it is the back rooms.
Why is
And
he
you
laughing
see,
like that?
and you see lights overhead that are rectangular in shape, and
And do they also
found
hug
the
a little bit?
Back rooms?
and a hard, smooth, stone-looking floor in front of you.
There's
Fuck, I
also a
wanna
tiny
enter.
table,
Looks like
and
a
on the
big,
table there's a cake, and
Empty
it says
hall
eat me.
with other side halls that array throughout. as
I
you're looking
need
through.
this. I need this. I need this
Don't
back
do
room
As
experience.
As you're both
They
looking
are.
through, Sari, you see a figure. You both see a figure.
Oh.
You see a figure pull ahead into the hallway, leaning up against the wall. A long tan trench coat with one arm slack, with one arm of the trench coat slack. Whitish blondish hair, shocked and high, glasses. A figure looks ahead, squints, and you just hear, Sari,
Tobias?
close the door! And he starts running towards the doorway.
Oh my god.
With one arm, the other one is not moving, but the one arm he's swinging. Close it! Close the door, Sari! Close it! As he's running towards you, you see another black figure behind him, claw around the side, with an unholy, stretched out screech. He just looks behind him and he looks towards you. Close the door! Close it! and he runs up.
I drop the child and I close the door.
All right. As you drop the child, you run over to the door. You grab hold of the smooth brass knob, and as you begin to pull, you see this stretched, elongated, almost pulled apart looking figure scoot out behind him and begin to charge towards Tobias. And as you grab and you pull the door closed, you see Tobias turn around and a flash of light come from his left arm. And that is the last you see as you close the door.
Shouldn't we have helped the person? You know this person? Who was this?
I love how Liari is so unfazed. She's like, oh,
Right.
silly goofy, there was a person in there. Shouldn't you have helped that person?
How
You know that
unusual.
person.
You know him. Oh my god.
Yes, what's your thoughts? So we need to go through this one by one because I am very curious. This is curious.
Please!
Is the door still there?
You look up, no door. But
God
you do
damn
have
it!
but you do have the handle in your hand.
Bruh. That's Liari's new earring.
Should I gaslight Sir Yuri into thinking there never was a door?
Oh my god.
With your -1 on charisma, I wish you the best of motherfucking luck.
She's so messed up right now and like
Yeah,
It's
there
been
was
like-
no door. Anyway, should we head back to Ardens, please? No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not gonna gaslight her.
Cyrus is trying to process this all, and she's muttering to herself, he's still alive, and he's
I don't
here
think
somewhere.
anymore.
One more comment.
I-
And she's going to take the child and use it as a fucking rambok to impale you.
So who was this person?
he's my old teacher. He was kind of he was like my foster father.
I see. And he went missing at some point?
Sort of. I'll have to tell you later. This is a lot. I wasn't ready for that.
Liari with an absolute low EQ, no clue how to interact with this like he has no clue. He's just like, okay. Well, if you'd like, you could pick up the child again and we could head back to Ardens. Do you need a hug? He offers valid for 10 more seconds. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. I don't know whether I should have anybody roll for how good this hug is.
Yeah, sorry, roll a d10.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that Sky didn't roll a D10
Actually,
on Tobias.
here's what I was
tried. That's what I was trying to type. I was trying to write a d10 on Tobias.
You can.
And I, for
You
the
can still
life of
roll.
me, couldn't do it.
You can still
So I
roll.
gave up.
I will say you can roll a d10 on Tobias. Go for it.
No, it's okay. After
that's
I've
fine.
learned to.
I want to know what you think of my father.
Okay, so Liari, I would like you to roll a persuasion check because that is this hug right now.
A persuasion?
Yes.
Oh, she's unwilling. Oh! Now Liari just looks like that one creep at the office and goes, "Where's my hug, Sayori? Come here.
It's a very nobility hug. It's like there. It's like a side pat like.
Yeah, he's not very like he hasn't been hugged a lot. So like
yeah, I was
he
about to
has
say
no
it's a
clue really
hug.
what to do.
It's a hug from someone who has not received many hugs, which almost seems to make you sadder.
Okay. At that, Sari's like super distracted, but she kind of just chuckles and like yanks Liari in for a proper hug.
Okay.
Oh.
Liari, you feel a proper hug. I
For the
don't know
first
if
time in
it's
your
the
life.
first time.
Oh, what is happening?
What is this warm feeling in my chest? Is it affection?
My heart?
Okay.
That's a good milestone in the Yari's life. I'm not gonna lie.
The first time a woman touched him willingly.
Camera fell.
My whole caught it. I caught it.
Okay.
Can't
You
get
did
it.
Okay.
catch it.
Thank goodness.
Move it-
Yeah, Cyrie's just kind of hyperventilating, kind of half chuckling, kind of half sobbing. Just takes a moment,
Aw.
and then she reciprocates like after a little while, gives you your little nobility hug, and then says, "We should be off."
It's the hug that you give your aunt when you haven't seen her in like 10 years, and she's like, "Oh, you grew so big," and you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. I will say, just for the sake of brevity, Sarah and Yaliari, you begin to make your way back, and as you begin to approach the edge of the forest on your way back, you see two figures ahead of you. A tall figure with horns, the figure of you clad in armor, the figure of your friend or your recent companion, Ardent, and a much larger figure of Lady. Two large figures.
Not that much taller.
But two large figures coming up to the edge of the forest to greet you, ready to come in to see whatever the hell's going on. Ardent and Lady, you see Sayuri and Liari carrying a blue golden horned Fey child.
Hi,
Okay,
everybody.
first question: how openly
Also, it's pretty clear that
does
Sayuri's been
Sayuri
crying.
look? Yeah, no. Because Velvet, I'm not gonna roll on insight. He's
No,
not that
that's fine.
stupid, okay?
It's okay. No.
He's
I'm
been
not gonna.
around
I'm
young
not gonna
people
make you roll
before.
insight. I will say it's very obvious that Sayuri is
Why is
incredibly
Sayuri crying?
disturbed.
Happiness. She always wanted a blue child as her own. She's so glad. So he's just going to come up to her and just go, Sayuri,
Option?
what's going on?
We had an encounter.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you unharmed? Are you hurt?
We're okay.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. Right. You have a child with horns.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is what you would refer to as an antichrist. It kind of erupted out of Levia.
Yeah, it was not a very nice sight. But at least Levia's dead, which, is an issue
Good.
off our list.
Right.
I don't know if this is actually good.
No, me neither. I
Um,
personally, I think
Yes.
yes. No. Do we take the child home, or will that distress Ezira?
Maybe she knows more about it.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it
suppose.
doesn't
How
seem
is
to
she? Is she alive?
Yes, she is.
Is she
She's
evil?
fine. No, she is not. Lady, would you take the child and carry her? I think Syria needs a bit of a break.
I can do this, yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
and then
Alright.
Sayuri will also reach into her bag and say, "Oh, also, I caught one of these blue moths. I was thinking that you may have
Okay.
a better idea of what it is."
That is for later. He's just gonna like give her Sayuri just a back rub, like the dad kind of back rub when he's like, I know I can't hug you right now, but this is the form of comfort I can offer. Just go, come on.
So
Thank you."
Yuri's getting the bare minimum of everyone. It's a nobility
It's like-
hug and a dad back rub. Like, shit.
You're better off
Honestly,
without
I
that boy. That boy doesn't know what he's missing.
Yeah, no, seriously, like
Here,
just like
kid,
that.
eat a sandwich
When
and
your
get over
dad-
it.
Like your dad has no idea what's going on, but he's going to give you comfort in the best way he can. He's just, it's fine. Let us settle down. Come on, go along. Some tea will help.
I will
certainly.
say,
And
go ahead.
no, it's okay. Go on.
I will say, lady, the instant the child enters your arms, you get a pulse from your right hand of a feeling of elation, of joy, and of excitement that you have not felt from this little entity for a while.
From this entity or like in general?
From the moth that's in your right hand, and it gives you you're almost having like a symbiotic relationship. Your connection to this moth has grown since your level up, essentially, since your deeper connection. And so the instant that this thing feels elation and joy, you also for a moment feel that pulse as the child enters your arms.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I kind of feel connected to the child and grab it just a little bit tighter, keep
Mm-hmm.
it safe.
Mhm.
And I'm also like giving a warming smile to Sayuri and also to Yari as almost like a thank you for handling the situation. Yeah.
I love how you like Liari handled the situation. Also, Liari, you go in there, you touch it, you investigate, go open the door. Come on.
The door.
Open the door.
Cyrie's too pleasant to like
Yeah.
give any significant input on Liari's contributions.
At least we're not writing a paper about it because it would have been awkward to put my name on it. This is not a group
Yeah.
project. I represent it though. I represent it.
Put on
So Yuri does it, I present
every
it.
slide is Liari's name, and everything else on the PowerPoint is Sayuri's work. But yeah, now Arden's number one effort is going to be to get everyone in the house
Okay.
and sit down.
Easily enough. I will say easily enough. So first, Kren, what have you been doing to calm Ezira? Poor Ezira, who has just been
Kren has
beside
got
herself.
his scratch and sniff picture tome, and is like, and just going, and see, this one is the time that the mighty Pain Lord killed the great and evil beholder that was living in our caves, and this one's the time the mighty
Interesting,
Pain
yes.
Lord
Uh-huh.
showed his light down on us and gave us a crop of some oranges that rolled into our cave.
I see,
And
I
this
see.
one is this one.
Are you sure that we're not talking about Paylor?
Oh, he goes by many names, but yeah, Pain Lord.
I mean, I am thoroughly enjoying this bastardization, so we shall continue.
And then he'll go to the one from a couple sessions ago, I believe, where there was like one where it talked about Pain Lord defeating some sort of like witch, but you're not sure 'cause it's sludge. And he'll go to that one and goes, and this is the time that Pain Lord killed a witch. Kind of topical if you think about it.
Yes, I do believe so. I can tell that she's banishing a witch because there's a little drawing of a woman with a witch's hat on it and a sunlight.
Yeah, a witch.
Yes, I'm beginning to gather your insane logic here. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a 5-year-old coming up to their parents with a quadrupedal animal, some sort, and going, "Look, it's you!" And the parents like, "I thought this was a horse." Right. Great. No, actually, it's Liari's future husband, but it's fine.
All right. So at
Where's
that point,
my centaur?
the rest of the party makes it to Arden's home.
Yay! We're back home.
You're
And
not. This is my flat.
The incensed lady walks in with the child. Azira looks at her. She begins to stand slowly, gripping her satchel to the side.
Kren will like
I
look and
see.
see the child and go, "Well, put wings on me and call me a bat. What the hell is even that?"
Yes, what is that? And she's like, her hands trembling.
Ezira, we do not know either. Please sit down.
That, that thing.
Do you
that thing.
know?
It's the Antichrist, isn't it?
We might not be far off.
Oh, crazy, Sayuri. I was right.
Goodness gracious. Oh, I am. Oh, he's just gonna take out his fucking stuff and just gonna light up a cigarette. He's just like.
She's sitting there watching it for a moment. She's like, oh no. Levi was able to, and she sits back into her chair with her hand trembling back to her head.
The woman that we followed into the forest, Levia, she seemed to be muttering something about a tempest.
The tempest.
And in her last moments, before this child appeared, Liari and I, we heard her say that this shouldn't be happening. And these blue moths came erupting out of her mouth.
Oh.
Right.
Well, that's just gross.
And she's sitting there for a moment pondering.
Go in your mouth, not out of your mouth.
She's sitting there pondering. I know not what the tempest may be, but I know that whatever Levia was attempting to perform was not good, and it was successful.
Tempest is something powerful, as far as I remember. When I heard it, I had a very strange recollection of hearing about it before. Right? I'm getting this right? This is the information you
it's
were
less that you heard it before, and more something deep within your blood as an elf rang out. I guess you had a visceral reaction to the Tempest being called.
Okay.
Like something, like it's like something,
Innate.
instinctual.
Yeah.
From your past ancestry came through for a moment.
So I don't know what it is or who it is, but it is. I don't know how to explain it. When I heard it, it made sense, but made no sense. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
I love
For
that
once,
explanation so
something
much.
you say makes sense. Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Right. Put the child on the bed. Put it down. We must talk.
Put it down.
Put it down.
Yeah. Put it down.
Azira's like, may I observe the child for a moment?
Yes.
Do you need
naturally.
gloves?
She just waves you off. Like she is so beyond dealing with you. she just stands up.
I'm putting the child on the bed, but I'm not leaving its side.
That's fair. Like Ezira is almost zeroed in on the child as she walks up to it, and she begins to mutter something, and she takes out a couple instruments. None of them are blades or anything like that, but she takes out a couple instruments, and she begins to, like, you know those bones that
Yeah.
yes,
The oracle bone.
the
Yeah.
oracle bones. Yeah, she takes out she makes a surface. She takes out the oracle bones with various things. She makes like a pseudo frame with sticks, and then she starts throwing the oracle bones, and then she starts
Does
reading.
she have a little pendulum that she pendulums over the child?
Well, she left the pendulum unfortunately back home,
Oh,
but
that's a shame.
but she does have the bones, and she is starting to read them, and she picks them up and throws them again. And lady, you notice that as she throws the bones, they end up in the same exact spot every single time.
Can I somehow know what they say, what they mean?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a either history check, or you can do a wisdom check. I guess they're both the same thing. Never mind. History. Well, no, history or wisdom, either way.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I need to click this. There we go. Okay, sorry, I didn't notice. Okay, great, yes. The oracle bones are giving you a sense that this is indeed a powerful being very close to the Feywild. What Ezira is attempting to find is its origin, its source, and its inclination. The oracle bones are not giving you its inclination. In fact, that's what Ezira is mostly frustrated by, because it is telling her it is from the Feywild, is of heavy Fey nature, it is of reasonably high power, in fact, very high power, but its inclination, its motivations, its nature is undeterminable.
Okay. Does it make sense? Can I, without like the without the bones, feel the incarnation of the child?
You can make
you can make
an insight check, or you can make an arcana check. Either or could help in this situation. Okay.
Yeah.
If you listen to the moth, it tells you, no. This creature only has the best intent, and it is not evil. But if you trust your gut, there's something uneasy about this whole situation. There's something uneasy about the evidence put forth. But you know that this child is not necessarily evil, and you can trust in your gut that this child is not a malicious entity, at least from your understanding. There's no evil coming from this child, and the entity that is giving you your power and your connection back is telling you that this entity is good and will do good things. And you all of a sudden you hear Ezira state. Well, she does one more. She does one more test. She brings out a little it looks like almost a monocle glass, but it's four pieces of metal that are wire that are intertwined, and then she takes out water, or like it looks like a soap or fatty material, and then she makes like a bubble in it, and then she whispers over it, and then she begins to move it over the child.
She just blows soap bubbles. Kren loves it.
Yeah, Crunch's like, oh.
She does various things, and she just goes pale, and then she walks. She just stands over the child, and she stares at it.
Can we
This-
kill it?
Ezira?
Then she just is staring. What is this? And she just is staring at the child.
I think Arden's going to walk over and try to gently direct her a few steps back. Just go, sit and ponder. There is no use brooding over this unconscious being.
Well, done now. We can't put the baby back in the cradle. This cake cannot be unmade. And she just walks over to the chair and sits.
Shove it back into the hag.
And she sits. That child should not remain here.
Where should it go?
Why? Far from here. Whatever Levia did, this child is connected to, and if it remains here, I'm certain it will accelerate things into much worse situations, and that child is something. It's not from something, it is something.
But we
Right.
are something.
No, you all pull from something. You all... When you... Kren, I can
Yeah.
tell you are of religious sort from the text you showed me. When you cast, when you perform your miracles, you pull and ask permission from Pain Lord.
Yep,
And you
Pain
are-
Lord's divine light
You are
shines through you.
gifted. You are gifted with ability. Ardent, your savior, your patron, your devotion allows you to be gifted and pull from something.
That is true.
Lady, you're...
Okay, so I'm seeing a theme here, and I think, is this child a god?
No, not... At least, not that I believe. But
Gods are not
we're
like
all...
this
Whereas
child.
all of you pull, as the RA is picking up, where all of you pull and ask and borrow and take. She is. She has. She cannot stay here.
Right, lady.
Works
Lady,
for me.
follow me. A step aside, please.
Yes.
Just gonna gently direct her away because the adults are gonna talk and the children can sit somewhere else.
Mhm.
He's taken her to the adult table. Or in a corner as far away from the rest as possible and goes quietly. Do you think we should take her on her journeys? I see that you feel drawn to her.
It's hard to say. Like Ezira said, there is something about this child. But I do think that we should take it with us. I can even go alone with it and
No,
leave you.
No, you are not going alone. If we're taking this child, we are all taking this child. I trust your insight. You're a wise woman.
Okay. I think there might be something good in it. And I think
Something-
it's wise that we take it with us.
Do you believe that good could grow if we take this child, if we guard,
Absolutely.
raise,
Yes.
accompany, whatever it may be when it wakes up?
The least you can do is try.
You're right, and if we leave it here, it may hurt those who are dear to me. I cannot risk it. Right. Kren, Sayuri, Liari.
Yep.
Lady and I believe that it would be wise to take this child along, away from this community. To make sure that whatever source it draws from here is as far away from it as possible. It is a child. I suppose it will be a child when it wakes up. I hope it will be a child when it wakes up. Do you all agree with this plan?
Well, I don't see why not. The more the merrier.
You are so perfectly simple. I adore you.
Well,
I have
thank
no
you.
qualms.
Okay. And you, Liari? Look up from your damn phone.
Look
You've
up,
been
from your,
asked a
look,
question.
look up from your damn phone.
Put the
Oh,
phone
no.
away.
Oh no, the camera fell.
Shoot
Shudon has died. Kren has fallen into the back rooms.
it. Kren has no clipped out of reality.
Kren is in the
There he
back
is.
rooms now.
What was the question? I was busy lying.
It was whether you're okay with taking the kid along.
Oh, I'm not, obviously.
Not Qui-Gon Jinn, Alfred, you're killing me. But you say what?
What?
Sky? You say what?
Oh, that I'm not okay with it, obviously.
Oh. Right, this is a public votum. Wonderful. Since
Am I the
4
only
out
one
of
that
5
said no?
party members agree, yes, you are.
Sayuri!
Sayuri.
Sayuri backed me up on this, and she's just like, no, you made me walk into a field of poisonous grass, touch the Antichrist, and capture a moth
Anyway,
that could be poisonous.
Sorry,
How much
Sayuri.
field
What?
was in that field? On a scale of field to field.
Listen.
I'm gonna say, let's see. When the man you saw first found me, Liari, I was absolutely feral, and anytime he would approach either me or my sister, I would lash out at him. And as of far, we have not seen any reason to suspect this girl of any ill intent. And if a being older and wiser than me gestures over to a lady, finds hope in taking the child in, then I have no qualms myself.
Fine.
Good,
I agree.
good, wonderful. Thank you, I suppose.
Can I go up to this child and like, I don't know, give it a couple sniffs
Sniff it?
and then like,
Yes, you
I was
can.
hoping it wouldn't be
Gonna lick
sniffed.
it. Oh
just
my
like-
god.
Lick it or
Poke him a
eat
little
it, like
bit.
just a chunk.
Okay, so Kren, you walk over. You notice that this girl's eyes. You initially thought that the blue was her eyelids that are closed, but you notice that these are just her eyes, and her eyes are wide open, unblinking.
quite peculiar, I do say so myself. And then I'll just
That's
kind
a
of
very big
All right.
word.
So you can
I'll flip through my book to see if there's
Okay.
any illustrations of
Great.
a child like this.
go ahead and throw me a religion check.
Don't roll it, throw it.
While he's doing that, could Sayuri try to recreate the scene that she saw through the door, like on paper? And,
Yes,
like, try to.
You can. I'll go ahead and say you can roll for me a quick. You can either do history or you can with advantage because it just happened. It's pretty fresh in your mind.
Right.
Just to see how well you can recall the things you drew. All right, so
Okay.
Kren, you rolled a
I
20.
watched you do that, by the way. I'm just like standing there
Kren.
awkwardly.
Damn. Well, it was a pretty simple space. So you get like the rough, and you draw a little figurine for you draw a little figurine. You draw a little figurine for Tobias, but you have a hard time getting down the figure. So you have to just draw a black smudge for the figure for now. You
Did
know
I
it was
see it?
tall. You did see it, yes.
Could I help?
Yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead and roll
We're just
history.
gonna draw together.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a history check, and
Hey.
we'll say that you're helping her out. So, Kren, you're flipping through the pages, flipping back and forth, and then you reach out to Paylor. You're trying your best, and you're flipping through, and you find a page that you've never seen before.
Oh,
it's
that's
actually
fun.
a blank page, and it's actually at the beginning, like on the back cover, even at the very, very back cover. And you're looking at it, and it's the drawing of two entities. It's really abstracted or stylized, so it's really hard. But it looks to see like an orb underneath, and then two entities that hover above. And there is a split down the middle. On one side, there is an entity that seems to have these kind of antlers that come up and reach out with leaves that protrude from the antlers. And they have a really simplistic hand out, and that looks to be doing something, and there's a split and a rift. And on the other side is another entity trying to reach out towards, as if trying to stop it, or not casting, but trying to stop it. And it's a figure that is humanoid shaped with a bunch of tiny little moths that obscure the head. Just a whole horde of them, tiny little moths that obscure the features of the head as it reaches out.
069, the Moth Child.
And you don't know how, you don't know why, but it directly relates to this child. Something here, and it feels old. Like this drawing doesn't look childish, it looks intentionally simplistic. In fact, ancient looking, like cave drawings.
Interesting.
So it looks like it's something, a part of a story. As most biblical stories are, this is part of the story. And it's in the beginning, like the very beginning, or like beginning of your book here. So
Kren will like take one more. You got something ancient on you, and then it kind of just close the book and walk away.
Yeah.
Just Kren has two alignment ideas in the world. Like there's no good and there's no evil. There's just scratch and there's sniff.
There's scratch.
And it's either sniff or scratch.
Jesus. Okay.
It's in this world. It's either scratch and sniff or be scratch and sniff.
Or be scratch and sniff. Good God. Okay.
So much. She's so great.
I'll
Okay.
take this over to Sairi and Liari are doing something off in the corner, so I'll take this over to Ardent and Lady and be like, there's something interesting about this one. I think she's an omen, maybe. I don't know what to call it. I don't know the
A
word
prophet?
for it. She's
A
ancient.
prophet? An avatar of some sort?
Sure,
Chance?
yeah, something like that. But then I'll show them the photo, the
photo.
picture in the very back of the book. Like, I don't think this was here. It might have been. There's a lot of pages in this book.
Oh, goodness.
But this doesn't look like anything my people would have drawn.
It
And
truly doesn't. The art style is very different from yours.
yes. As you can see, this is my stick figure right over here on this page. But then over here we have this nonsense. I think
Yes,
there's something.
The way that you draw hands is so distinctly different.
exactly.
Must
yeah.
truly. He
There-
just doesn't draw hands, he only draws like circles with little sticks
Little
protruding
sticks.
from them.
for fingers, yeah. It's like, this is something old. Really
Good
old.
lord. I will reach out tomorrow morning.
Older than
first
Grandma
thing.
Mama Mao, probably.
Oh, wow. How old is Grandma Mama Ma?
He's kind of just like moving his mouth, trying to like crunch the numbers real quick, and he's like, old, very old.
I see. Yes. Yes, of course. It wouldn't be polite to ask a lady's age. Forgive me, my poor manners. Right. So, how about we all rest? We all sleep, and tomorrow we can sort out our thoughts and just try to figure this out, because it is probably 3 or 4 a.m. and I am too old to be up this long.
So you are very old. So yeah, let's go take a rest.
Sounds good.
Liari, you are dancing on the edge of getting your nose broken by me.
That would be no good.
Yes.
I have a very nice
Settle
nose.
down.
Kren will
Goodness
crawl
gracious.
back into Arden's bed and spread eagle again.
Sweet.
Just right next to him, trying to kind of push us to try a little. Goes, so I'm gonna need to move you over a little bit there, darling. Just
Okay.
spreads out.
just to cover real quick. So the figure that was drawn in this very I'll say, liminal looking space. After Liari's assistance in drawing it, it looks to be a tall figure. It looks to be a humanoid form that has been stretched out, twisted, pulled apart, and then put back together. That's kind of the best way to do it. It looks like a stringy form. And the most distinct part of it is that when it comes up to the head, it is a large, fragmented piece, all stretched out, with almost indistinct shapes and forms within it. It's hard to determine. It looks it's like somebody took a bunch of ink and sprayed it all over a canvas, and then smeared that, and that's what it looks like.
So you're just like, ooh, I need a therapist. Yay! Is she showing it to anyone, or is she just filing it away?
She's not filing it away. It's not like it's something that she wants to hide. I think she's probably just gonna lay it out there, just like look at it for a while and try to figure out what in the world it could possibly be.
I like it, Picasso.
I like it, Picasso.
I'm just gonna slowly walk over, just kind of peeks over her shoulder, goes, that is another kind of worms, is it not?
It's something. I don't know what it was, but
Just kind of lays his hand on her
wild.
shoulder, gives her a little squeeze, goes, why don't we rest, and I promise you that we will help you look into it.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
Good. I will put it in the shelf for safekeeping. I wouldn't want anyone in this room to grab it and color it in with crayons.
For once, I'm not the one that's being talked about, and that's great. That's really nice.
Just kind of very. Does she let him take the drawing, or is she like kind of protective of it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, she'll probably make a point to remember it before
Mhm.
they take off in the morning, but I'd imagine that she trusts her party enough to let them handle things like that.
It gets clipped on one of the many lines where he has like grade schooler drawings, so it's just drawings of flowers and animals and flowers and animals.
It's gonna be on the fridge with a magnet.
Yeah,
Put a little star on it.
exactly. You've been a very good noodle this week, Siri. I don't know what that is, but
All right.
Very good.
So everybody goes to bed, I assume. Those who can meditate do. So you all find your location to sleep, wherever that may be. Floor, someone else's bed, in a chair.
Chewing away.
Azira is just going to sit and be like, I'm sleeping worse. And she sits onto the wicker, onto like your rocking chair, and she just passes out on the rocking chair, old woman style.
you're a boss.
Is the roof structurally stable enough for me to lay down on top of it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I do.
Okay.
I'll just look up at the
I'm
stars.
just gonna probably like lay on a carpet in front of the fireplace like a fucking dog. Just kind of curling up there a little bit.
Okay. You
Well,
all.
lady is right beside the child, like
Okay.
not on the
Aw.
bed, but on the floor beside the child on the bed.
Okay.
So
Kren,
sweet.
Kren is crowding the child effectively by laying on the bed with the child.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
We're like the same size, so
So we'll
I think the
say
child is bigger
everybody,
than you.
you get your full rest
Probably,
and
yeah.
the rest of your level up. So now you have all the benefits of your level 4 level up. And you can regain all your hit points. Your exhaustions are cured.
Yes,
Yay.
perfect. That means the moment I wake up, I want to pray.
So,
same.
first and foremost, Liari and Kren, you're the first two to wake up, as you don't need as much sleep. Liari, you wake up first, and Kren, you were already sleeping, so this is just a continuation of your rest. So you wake up. Also, you wake up to the dawn anyway. So you just woke up a little bit earlier than your usual wake up time.
Kran will stretch, grab his book, go to an open window where the sun is coming from, and if there isn't one, then he'll go outside and he'll kneel
course.
down and
And
just open the book and start praying.
And curiously enough, there is a nice warm breeze going through the home as both of you awaken. all the windows and the door in the home are open, and Ezira is gone.
Oh,
Well, that's not what you want to see.
Well, I suppose it's fine.
I don't think it is. And I'll, go over to Ardent and be like, Ardent, is the child still there? Yeah.
The child is still there, yes.
Okay. So then I'll go over to Ardent wherever he passed out, and I'm like, Ardent, Ardent, Ardent,
back.
Ardent.
Back hurt.
Just
so
like
bad.
tapping his face with my my little claw.
He just kind of shoos away like it's an insect and just goes, yes, 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 I'm
Ardent?
awake. What is it?
So, I got good news and bad news. Good news is, it's really well ventilated in here. Bad news is all your windows and doors open, and the old lady's gone. Ezira?
Okay. Is it anything usual that she just like disappear, go where she wants kind of vibe? Or is this something that would be like a matter of concern?
Can I take a quick look around to see if there's any like signs of struggle?
go ahead,
or, like,
roll-
anything
roll-
like that.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Sweet.
Arden's too tired. He's just like, "Ugh."
Okay,
Ooh.
nice. It does not look like there was
Yeah.
any struggle. It looks like all the windows and the door was open from the inside.
Well, I guess it looks like it was all open from the inside. There's no sign of
Is there-
struggle, but
Did she leave any notes? It says like Arden has plenty paper laying around.
I'll check.
I mean, with that perception check, you don't see any notes.
I didn't see any. I just think it's a little weird that, I was raised that if you enter a place or exit a place, you always close the door behind you, because that's just,
absolutely.
wasn't raised in a
I
barn.
love how it's like you always close the door behind you. There is no doors, but like you metaphorically pretend to close a door like a mime for politeness sake.
Well, in
No,
the
he
cave we
just-
had curtains. So, you always close a
Fair
curtain behind you. I assume you do the same thing with a door.
Yes, of course. He kind of gets up and like cracks his back very soundly,
Okay.
stretches out, completely just goes, ah. Right. Fantastic. Give me 15 minutes. Wake up the rest. I will be right back in with you, and then we can. Well, if the child is still here, I suppose. Oh goodness.
So,
Right, 15
this is a good
minutes.
question. Did you bring in any of the pieces of the animals that you killed last night?
Yeah, Arden still has the eyes on him.
Okay,
Or
that's
the eye. He only took one eye, but
that's
he has
very
the
good.
eye on him.
because as you walk out to where the cart is, both the animals, or sorry, not both, the Fey one is gone. The body of the Fey creature is gone.
Goodness. Everyone close your ears. God fucking shit, bitch!
The shadow one is there. The big muscly shadow cat is there, but the Fey creature is gone.
Ever you're cutting out.
Velvet.
Oh, was I cutting out? Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry, I probably moved too far away from the mic. So, as you look, the shadow muscly creature that you fought last night, the pear cat, is still there, but the Fey one is gone.
Well, it is always good to keep a piece for yourself. I will. Oh God. Okay. just
from
gonna-
where I was on the roof,
Hmm.
would it have had a clear view of the carts?
He's gonna say no, just so you don't have a reason to like be able to see it and intercept
I will
it.
say, yeah,
No, you're
you
blind.
could have seen, you could have been in view of the carts, because since you were on the roof.
Okay.
But if you want to, you can roll a perception check to see if you would have noticed something happening.
Wait, why did it roll twice? Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. 14. I will say,
No.
you do hear a noise, and it's kind of like a bell ringing. And it's like a weird half-awake state that you were in, almost like you were still dreaming. And you look out in the distance, and you swear you see like a bundle of blue around Ezira walking into the forest, and two figures flank her like shadow, and they're carrying bits and pieces of what look like the Fey creature. and you are alarmed for a moment. But something in you tells you this has to be a dream. And you fall back asleep out of exhaustion. But you do notice that there is something happening. And you wake up in the morning and you can see Arden cussing because Arden is cussing. You look down at the cart and oh boy, was not a dream.
I'll whisper down to Ardent as I'm stretching. It looks like Ezira took parts of the creature into the forest. I don't know who she was with though.
Can I roll whether he even noticed her being awake or whether he gets like fucking scared shitless? Because I feel like he's very invested in himself. So even if I don't roll, he just straightens up, probably hits his elbow on like some part of that and goes, "Good morning." "Good morning, Sayori. Ezira took a part of the beast. Ezira is gone. My door is open."
So are the windows. All
Friend
of
will
them,
walk out at this
actually.
moment in time and go, "Oh, hey, Arm, you're out of tea."
Yes, right. You can wait. Here. Just goes around the house, opens a little shack of storage, shoves like a bundle of leaves at him, goes, "Liari knows how to make tea. Tell him to."
Perfect. And I'll go inside, put up to Liari, wake him up, and be
Gren
like,
is so
"Sorry."
great. He's just like, "Arden, there's no milk anymore."
Liari is awake, by the way. He
Oh,
is
okay.
entirely
Yeah,
awake.
I'm pretending though. I'm just eyes closed. I don't want to have anything to do with this.
Liari.
Yes.
Oh, good
What
morning,
is it?
Liari. Yeah,
Good
literally.
morning.
And I'll just shove the leaves right in his face and be like, "Could you make this into tea?"
That's a 10. That's a 10. He's a 10. Calm down. He's a 10. He's a 10. Absolutely, of course.
Just one eye blinking at you at a time.
His mouth still smells slightly of pumpkin and vomit, and just goes, "Could you make this into tea?" He's like, "Yeah, of course."
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll take the leaves and would you like? I can show you if you'd like.
Oh yeah, sure. A quick logistical question for Ardent. Do you have any sugar or like honey in
Ardent
your
has
He's
honey.
house?
poor. Oh,
No. Arden, everything in this house is either grown or foraged. He doesn't buy groceries. He trades favors, or he goes into the forest, sticks his hand in a beehive, and goes, "Well, fuck around and find out, bitch."
So he
So,
would have honey in his.
yeah,
Oh.
there's probably a really nice glass jar on the way top cupboard,
Excellent. I'll go up to
and it's just
Liari
standing there,
and be like,
real nice and golden.
I'll be like, "Liari, could you grab that for me real quick?"
so you see.
Well, tell you what, and I'll just start climbing up Liari and get on his
Of course.
shoulders.
Oh my goodness,
Okay,
he's a
great.
10. Calm down.
First and
he's
foremost,
a 10.
I would like you to roll an acrobatics check.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
You punch me in the
Fuck me
dick.
sideways.
Hey, not bad, not bad. You make it
Yeah.
up just fine. You get up to Liari's shoulders.
There he
Liari
goes.
capitulates and allows you to do so, I assume.
Velvet, lean closer. Come closer to me. Come
Sorry.
closer.
Thank
you.
Liari capitulates, I assume, to Krenkle Blaster kind of climbing up.
Of course.
Of course.
as
Okay,
always.
there we go.
Excellent. So then I grab the jar of honey and I climb down.
Okay.
And then as soon as Liari and I make myself a cup of tea, I'll
make some for all of us.
Yeah.
I'm not a-
Once I get a cup of tea, I want it to be like, if this is the cup, I want it to be like that much honey. And then
And
He's
I
just gonna have a
persuade you
sip
to not
of
do
tea
that.
with his honey.
So Kren takes about
Wait,
half the
can
bottle of
I
honey
please-
into the
Can I
tea.
intercept this? This
Do
is
you want to
horrible.
try? So
Yes.
we'll say you
I
get
like this stuff,
you,
but
you can
it
do
feels
something.
better if it was
You,
sweeter.
you can do
so
something
it's-
as soon as you see Kren take the cap off and pour a little
look
bit in, and then
closer.
you notice he's not stopping. So
Closer.
what would you like to do? Sorry. So you can do something as soon as you see Kren starting to pour it into the into the teacup, and you notice he's not stopping after well beyond the amount that you're supposed to have. So what would you like to do?
I'll like grab his wrist and just like twist. It's like, this is enough honey. Honey is very sweet, so you don't actually need that much of it.
Kren, are you
This is
gonna
a
let
very
him? Are you gonna
limited
let him
amount
stop
of
you, or
liquid.
are you gonna fight it?
Are we
Okay,
about
so
to fight
this
right
is-
now?
This is the issue, right?
Yeah.
That I have.
Yeah,
Kren is a good-hearted and pacifist individual,
of course.
Uh-oh.
but
But
he's also Southern, so he likes his sweet tea.
I would like you to roll a d10. 6 through 10, you can maintain yourself, but 1 through 5, you need this fucking honey.
oh goodness.
Okay, so if that's what you want to do, you don't have to follow that.
No,
Okay,
that's fine. Yeah.
okay. So I'll say
he'll like stare at Liari for a second, like not even smile, and just kind of like, and be like, "You're right," and then just kind of.
he gives you those dog whale eyes, which are like,
Yeah.
all right.
Liari for a moment just feels the cold fear of death in his stomach. He
You
just knows
almost
that
feel
beast
the
yesterday,
son of Pain Lord.
that thing that we fought yesterday, nothing compared
Okay,
to
I will
Kren.
say instead of taking now half the bottle of honey that was hard fought by Arden to get, it is now only a quarter of the bottle that Kren takes into the teacup.
Respect.
You're welcome, Arden. I sipped your honey.
So
God, fuck.
so now your teacup is half full of honey, and then the rest of it is tea, and then you mix that up into a honey tea sludge.
Disgusting.
It is. I cannot bear watching this. I grab my tea and I need to go. He's
Yeah,
a
you
10,
see-
but this
I'm not
is
even gonna roll.
awful.
This is sweet tea.
Yeah, no, you're good. It's
Kren
10.
loves it.
It's a 10. Yeah.
It's a 10.
It's like smoothie
Instant
consistency.
10.
Yeah, it is, because he pours it, and it's like, it is literally between tea and honey. It's like a 50-50
Yeah.
in between tea and honey. So it's like
Oh,
it's
my
it's like
God.
it's like
That's
a
what you need, dude.
slightly viscous tea. A slightly
that's
viscous.
what you need.
Yeah.
Straight up sweet tea, baby.
Whew. While all of this is happening, I do want to pray. Well,
Okay.
not me, but Arden. I don't do that.
Of course.
Religion check, or do I just get a freebie for once?
Just roll a religion check to see what you get.
It's gonna kill
Make
me
a
in it.
sanity check.
Jesus stabs.
Okay.
That's
See,
okay.
that's okay.
You still have
You
your sanity.
go out to your little altar, in your garden.
Mm.
You sit down.
He kneels. He
You
never
kneel.
sits.
Sorry, you kneel. You kneel, and you grab your holy symbol in your hands, and you lower your head in prayer. And as you begin to pray, you open your eyes, or sorry, your eyes must remain closed, and you feel somebody walking up to you, and you understand that this presence that's coming up to you is familiar, that it is the feeling of your patron, a similar feeling to when he came to your aid long ago. But your eyes remain closed, and you just hear "Yes, my son."
Help me. Everything is a mess. We found a child in the forest. My party members are drawing demonic figures that I put up on my wall. Everything is a mess. I didn't want this to be my life. What have you done to me? I don't deserve this.
Deserve is a fickle term, my son. And life will throw challenges at us that we must overcome. But I believe in you, as you believe in me. You must face these challenges. You are my disciple, and I believe in you. Have strength, Ardent.
But have I not been strong enough? Have I not done enough? What am I to do? A word of advice? I will be strong, but tell me how.
Can't believe I'm being Jesus Christ right now. I feel like somebody
Yeah.
is going to.
This is fucking hilarious.
You're gonna be cancelled.
I'm gonna be canceled for this. I'm certain.
I'm already working on the Photoshop edit of your
Great,
face on
thank you.
Stop. Yes.
Could you make a
Can we
trans?
put this on T-shirts?
Okay, can you wait? Hold
Yeah.
on. I'm gonna look for a at some point I'm gonna look for a Jesus beard transparent so I can put it over my camera for whenever I'm acting as Jesus Christ.
Please.
All right,
Like a
sorry.
beard filter.
Yeah.
But
You
while
need
he talks,
Hydra
he's
to
gonna
play
try
it,
to reach out.
You need Hydra to play an appropriate song too. It's like
Yeah.
every time you talk in his voice, it's like, "My son." Oh.
Yeah, can we just play the angels in
Okay,
the back?
hold on.
but,
Wait,
like,
I can try this. Hold
be
on.
not
Hold on.
afraid.
Be not afraid. Hold on. I'm gonna try something real quick.
This is the entire reason I wanted Jesus. Just
Okay.
for this.
I'm gonna try something real quick. One
You know,
second.
it's going to be amazing. Just like the past centuries, a white guy is going to roleplay as Jesus. That's what's always been happening. Are we gonna have Jesus music?
He's gonna change his tag name from Velvet Jam to Velvet Jesus.
I'd love that.
Me too.
This is what I'm here for.
Velvet Jam, Jesus extraordinaire.
The official Velvet Jesus.
Thank you,
The
Squish.
real.
The Jesus. I'm on my fucking knees. I'll honestly, with the money I pay for subs, you should get yourself a wig. That's the least you could do. Get a wig and a beard.
I agree.
I don't think this is working.
Oh my
well,
god.
I heard you.
That's not
It's-
very Jesus.
What in the
That's
fuck
not
was
very
that?
Jesus of you.
You might need to change the tone or something.
Give it a little bit of an echo.
I'll fix it later. It's fine. I'll do something
It's
later.
okay.
It's fine.
We're looking
It's
forward
fine.
to the final results.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I wanna because I was wanting to do that at one point, but I'll figure it out. So anyway,
Moving on.
so you ask for strength.
Mm.
You
Jesus
have
says no and leaves.
you have the strength you need, my son. Your devotion, your power, your kindness, and your good heart. These will lead you down the right path. I know you're going through troubles. I know you're going through tribulations. I understand life is unfair and fraught with peril. But we must see these through. We must face it. And we must commit.
My child, you need a big booty bitch in your life.
My child, you've been given a gift in the form of a challenge, and your reward will be given when seen through. Peace will come with patience.
Right. At this point, he's just
But-
mad.
No, I am with you. And you feel a hand on your shoulder. No, I am with you.
He's gonna grab the hand immediately.
You grab it, and it is
Yeah.
a calloused hand. It feels dry, and as you grab the hand, you feel towards the center there is a divot. And he grabs onto your hand with his other one on top of sandwiching it. Have faith, my son.
Put my other hand on top, and then I put my other hand on top, and then I put my other hand on top.
Have faith, my. He gives a slight
Hey,
chuckle.
Godric.
He gives a slight
It's
chuckle.
like a bagel sandwich.
Yeah.
he gives a slight chuckle, and he goes, "You have a good heart, Ardent. You're always willing to help the needy, as I helped you, and that's why I know you shall succeed. Walk in my faith,
Fine.
and I'm always with you." And then he pulls away, and then you hear the footsteps walking into the grass.
Just gonna open his eyes, and if Siri heard any of that or looked at any of that, she could see that he's crying a little bit, just a tiny little bit.
Mhm.
Just goes, "Great, fantastic, another one." Right. Gets up,
You can
goes
also
back in.
you can also give yourself an inspiration dice.
Yeah, full baby girl. Würfel. Thank you.
Sari whispers down, "Do you need a hug?"
This is gonna be our culture now.
Nah, he's so shocked that she's there at all, and she probably just goes, if you'd like one, I can give you a hug. I don't know that
Oh,
necessarily.
I was
it's-
offering. Do you want a hug?
Well, yeah, come down here. Go on.
Okay. I slide down. It's my
Okay.
time to get up anyway.
Yeah, Arden.
Wait, how tall is Siri again?
She's like 5'6", I think I made her. 5'4".
If they hug,
Fine.
he's just gonna lift her up a little bit unintentionally.
It's like ah!
Yeah, just with the force, he's just like inspiration die.
Yeah, so Sayri's 162 centimeters, 162 and a half. So.
Oh, she's so much tinier than him. That's half a meter difference.
Yeah.
Arden! Good hug! Good hug!
Oh, I don't know if Velvet wants me to roll for it, but I think Arden does a very good hug giver.
Yes, I will say, very good. You know what? Go ahead and roll persuasion roll. Just roll persuasion roll. I made Liari do it, so I will make you do it as well.
Oh,
It's
me?
fair because Liari actually can't hug, so I feel like it would be fair to not make Arden hug.
Okay.
Like, roll for it because he is a very
Ooh.
kind
It's a 21.
person.
Well, it's a
Thank you,
21, so
Tyler.
there's a lot. There's a
Good
lot. There's a lot of kindness in Arden's hugs.
Yes. I broke
He's
my
very
sock.
warm, but like furnace level warm. Like if you were a human, you'd be in bed with a fever kind of warm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah. Hot-blooded, but like literally.
All right.
Would you like breakfast, Yuri? I don't know what your eating routine is. I could make something for everyone, I suppose. Inside?
After you.
All right then. Is everyone awake at this point except
I would
for
say-
the child?
I would say, lady, yeah, you finally rouse awake as the people are having a commotion. You wake up just in time to see Kren drinking syrup, effectively, drinking a tea syrup.
Tea
Oh.
syrup.
I like the way it feels in my mouth.
That's what she said.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I join the rest drinking tea.
Yep.
Just looking very confused at the kobold.
Oh, you gotta have it
He's
sweet.
enjoying himself.
What?
So-
Kren, what is that? Exactly.
Don't
Oh,
ask.
this right
You just
here, this
kinda- He spots the
is
honey,
sweet tea.
he spots the tea, and he goes, "Ooh." Right, well, if you find yourself enjoying this honey, that would cost me a fortune if I didn't harvest it. Tea! Yeah, Liari, you made tea, did
Oh
you
yeah,
not?
but oh yeah, a
I
bottle
did.
a bottle that big of honey would definitely start coming close to a gold, like in
Yeah.
worth, which for food is incredibly expensive.
Mm.
I'm gonna nod like I know. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, that's so much money. I definitely have an idea of how much the things that I wear cost.
How
I
much
don't
does a
just go
banana?
to a store and say, my father will pay.
How much could a banana cost? $10.
Yeah. Literally. That's so bad.
Inflation, y'all.
Oh, God,
No, he
America.
just kind of pours himself some tea. How good is Liari's tea making skill?
I mean, he's a noble. It is pretty good. He makes his own teas.
He does.
Probably using Keurig.
I will say
It's like very in a traditional
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah,
like,
so Liari knows how to make traditional elven style tea. Like think about like the way that traditional Japanese people make matcha tea is very similar to that as far as traditional elven ways of making tea. You know, no mechanical tools, all manually done, ground or made into pulverized and heated up again without any like gas or anything like that. So, or any magical tools, I would say in this instance. So there's no magic involved in the making of tea when it comes to elven tradition. So it's actually very, very good. It's incredibly good.
Would this be a tea that Ardent would have to prepare way back when? Like, would this be the way in which he would prepare tea, since you say it's like the noble way?
This is a noble elven way. I would say yes.
Oh god, am I about to trigger some memories?
You do drink it,
You
and it
always
is
trigger
very.
memories, bro. It's your face. It's your fucking
It is.
face.
It is very reminiscent of the tea that you used to help make. Yes.
Just kind of takes a sip and goes, "Oh,
Is it not good?
interesting." No, it is quite good. I did not expect you to be able to do it yourself.
What is that
But-
supposed to mean?
Nothing whatsoever. Since you know the price of one of my kin, I wouldn't have expected you to have hands-on work in your register skills.
Well, it is just
Just give.
tea.
I mean, to be fair,
It
I don't
is.
know if Liari does know how much a tiefling goes for.
How much does a tiefling go for? Wait, can I roll whether I know that?
Sure, roll a history check. I'm
You
not
are
gonna. I
literally
don't think I
worst.
don't have a value on hand, so I'm definitely not. Don't think we're gonna give you one.
We're not going to determine the value
No.
of a humanoid
Oh,
being. We're
boy.
just gonna say
I
whether
will
Liari
say
knows.
you do know, and that we're gonna leave it at that.
What?
Well,
Oh my
Permission
god!
well, you had to be. Well, your father taught you a great many things, whether you liked it or not. So
Oh,
That was censored on
goodness.
purpose.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
it
The mic on
was.
purpose.
The microphone goes, nah, we're gonna cut that one out.
No. Yeah. So I will say you do know, and we're gonna leave it at that. Your father taught you many things against your will because you had a lot of unfortunate time with them. So
Yep.
My daddy beat me when I was a child. Okay. Great.
Literally. One day he's gonna open up about it, and it's gonna be awful.
Arn just kind of stares at him for a moment longer, then
I
turns
feel like
away.
our whole party is just gonna like one day just like have this giant
Group
cathartic
therapy.
party. Everyone's just crying.
well, Kren will just be talking like, oh yeah, well this just happened, you know,
No.
like it
like
happens. Like it happens to everyone.
Into your characters. Are they really your characters? No, they're not. This is therapy. We all know it.
Wait, my dad didn't beat me. I had to
I'm
say
aware.
that.
I'm aware. We're good.
Yeah, no, and I also wasn't a servant, but you know, there's the small part.
When I was a child, 3 of my siblings got picked off by those larvae. Yeah, they grew wings and we were supposed to be keeping an eye on them, but we kind of forgot.
Oh, okay.
Did you have many siblings?
Oh yeah. I got like 30.
Oh, Jesus, mother.
Started out with 60.
Oh no!
50%.
Yeah, that's why they were
Infection.
produced so efficiently, I suppose. No,
You know, you
he's
lose
gonna
a
have
lot
to
when
tea.
you don't know how to read and write.
Fair.
Okay.
He's also going to take some tea over to Lady if she didn't leave the bed yet, because polite.
Very nice.
Good morning.
You spilled tea on the child.
Yeah, I just poured
Jesus.
tea. I just take the
Alright.
tea and just pour it in the child's eyes to see if it'll.
So I think we're gonna take a quick little break, and then we'll come back
Coffee.
because I kind of gotta go to the bathroom and stuff. But we're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna jump back in. We're gonna find out what the party would like to do from here, and what method of travel they would like to get the hell out of here for. So
Okay.
Can't forget about the pumpkins.
cannot forget about the pumpkins. So
Yeah.
we'll be right back. Have a quick intermission, everybody. We'll say like a 5-10 minute break, something like that.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Okay, great.
At the half-hour mark. Just a
Yeah, I
little
think
past
the half hour, a little past the half hour mark should work. Great.
Okay, I won't be late.
All right, no problem. All right, be right back.
Let's all turn our cameras off. He can't hear it. Let's do it. He won't know that I said that we should do that.
That's fine. Yeah. What we're gonna do? Ezira was going into the forest with 2 butterfly people carrying a dead body. Yeah. Okay.
Did,
Are you okay, Skylar?
No, I just watched you on Take me
What?
up.
What?
I'm.
It's fine.
I'll watch it in the playback.
Fucking, I hit my vape, but it went down the wrong hole. So I'm make the fucking worst face ever.
Just demonic. I was like, are you an Oni? What the fuck is going on?
There we go.
Okay, I want that as a screenshot
Okay.
with the caption wrong hole. That's
Okay.
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 So,
Fuck, I'm crying.
Ezira. We have Ezira, or we have our plan to travel somewhere. Do we want to do anything about Ezira, or do we just leave
I'm
it?
done with her.
I think,
She's done with me too, so it worked out.
Yeah.
She made clear her desire that we leave as quickly as possible.
Yeah, true.
So did we want to explore a land-based route, or did we want to find a boat to go downriver?
I think we said we wanted to go downriver. Velvet, could you pull up the big map for
Yeah,
us,
yeah, I'm
please?
working on it right now.
Thank you. I think we wanted to go downriver for a good chunk, and then when it makes no sense to go downriver anymore, and when the waters get too troublesome, we would want to go by land.
That sounds
Sounds good to
right.
me.
Wait 1 second. I'm getting the map back up. There we go.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's
So, we are down here. Once this map has turned into a map and not a bunch of vomit pixels.
So you guys are about right there.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Right where? Oh, right there. Yeah.
With the little circle.
Mhm.
And we want to go all the way down across the river, across the entire country to where is the goal? Can you also put a
Tridia.
circle?
Tridia,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
We're going home. Woo.
Nah, sure. And wait a second.
Jeez, that's 500 miles.
That's so far. It's a good bit.
I can walk that far.
I would walk
Hashtag Superior
500
European
miles.
attitude. Oh, that's just 10 kilometers. We can walk that far.
Is that the
Okay.
scale, though?
I think
here it
Velvet is Velvet mapping us out a little bit of a trail.
Well, no, I was
Oh,
just
gotcha.
testing out something.
Okay.
Oh, it is roughly to scale. Look at that.
Okay, so there is a few towns along the river, and there is also a road along the river, this entire trail. So
Right.
if we traveled
Right.
from Crook's End to this town here, from there on we could abandon our boat basically any time, travel along here, up to here, get off the boat and walk the rest.
I would have gone further. Well, yeah, no, you're right. Because I think at the Gilded
Mhm.
Estuary,
Mhm.
water might be a little rough. Because I would have said we could have
Yeah.
gotten off at that.
Right.
Mhm.
Maybe
X.
right here.
Yeah, and we also have to be we are looking for a travel ship to go with. We're not looking to pilot our own boat because I don't think any of us has any capabilities to steer a water vehicle, and that can end very poorly. So
True.
I do.
Yeah.
None of us know how to.
no,
I
you
know
need a
how to-
proficiency for it.
I know how to run a dinghy.
Yeah,
Kind of.
you hardly do. Because I sort of found you almost drowned on the side of a river.
Well, I also
Um,
know how to pilot a barrel.
Okay.
Barrel rider.
So where did you say
Um,
we were going to get off?
I would say here.
Okay.
So yeah, we could take a pit
Stop
stop
it.
in this town almost immediately to our what is that, southeast, and then keep going until we hit this town over here, and then from
Mhm.
here take the road.
We either take the road or we just travel all the way up until here. I think the good thing is that there's so many towns along the river that even if something should happen, we wouldn't be far from civilization.
Right. I'm not positive. I don't. Would Kren know the lay of the land in terms of the Raduin River and how bad it
I mean, I
gets,
guess Arden traveled the entire trail. Would he know anything about it?
So the Radvin River feeds into the Gilded Estuary, as you know. So it starts where you are. So if you just ride the wave, so to speak, it does get to where you're going. You know, right about here is where things start to get turbulent because that's where a couple rivers meet. So up until that point, it's a little turbulent because of how thin it is and how, like, this entire stretch here is somewhat turbulent, with its highest turbulence being right about here. From here, it calms down because it widens out and gets a bit deeper. Until you get closer to the Guild Estuary, where it becomes rough yet again, because you're getting closer to the actual area where a bunch of rivers meet, large rivers meet.
And would tradesmen who travel a lot be able to navigate the water?
Yes, tradesmen do go up and down the river quite frequently. So if you got to right about here, that's where you're gonna more likely find tradesmen. But this area does this village will probably have some people that know. You do have a fisherman here that does have access to dinghies and stuff. But as far as people who would take you down the river, you don't have many people here that would probably take that trip.
Okay.
I mean, you could probably convince somebody or pay somebody, but
Yeah, I have a lot of charisma. Let's go.
We have a favor left over from the Viscount Croats anyways. He would have to find us somebody.
Yeah.
Or?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, you're right.
And I mean, with Liari's funds, we could be able to purchase a horse and a cart at any time.
Haha, you're funny.
You're
Well, not
welcome,
funny,
wallet. Funny communist. So we could try to find a boat that will take us all the way to like here-esque, I guess, to like the triangle, because that's where it gets too turbulent and we would have to go by foot. I just think that water travel would be so much faster that it's worth the risk.
I wonder
so
if it is. We're not going
like...
against stream, right?
No.
Okay.
So it looks like the triangles are the actual ports. The squares are just villages.
So so villages could have ports, but they're not major port areas.
It's like a little port for like fishing spots and everything.
Yeah. So it can accept and give trade, but they're not really full blown ports. They're more like docks. But the triangles will have actual full ports that you could go to that can load and unload heavier things.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
like
yeah,
a
that sounds like
fucking
like a good goal.
This one sounds like it's a good target.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's get us a boat.
Yeah. And from there on, I guess if it's a port and trades town, we would definitely find a cart and a horse there to get us the rest of the way.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan then.
So getting a hold of a boat. Let's see here. So you would probably want to talk to the town fisherman for a boat. You can also talk to crows who would be able to procure you something.
Yeah, I would say we do that.
Yeah.
All
we
right.
definitely go to Croats.
We did establish that he's below me in rank, right?
Yeah, technically.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he
right.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Trying to flex on ability muscle.
talk to. We'll say for the sake of brevity, you talk to Susanna, and Susanna, you show her the evidence that you have that you killed the beasts. Shit, who were the people who? Gibsons, sorry. The Gibsons give their thanks, and you do receive, we'll say, a couple days worth of food and pumpkin, yes, and the various produce and meats from them. They don't give you a monetary reward, but they do give you food rewards for your efforts.
So, like, say 4 rations worth of food.
We'll say 4 rations worth of food.
Nice.
On top of that, you talk to Susanna, and she thanks you for your help and your efforts, and she sets up a meeting with Viscount Croats. Viscount Croats is a elven man, very simple in look. He's relatively tall, but he has a very tired look to his eyes. He looks like to be middle-aged elven, with long black hair, and he
Guy's gonna
is
roll his fucking d10.
he's in a constant state of exhaustion, it looks like, and
Perfect.
disinterest in most things. You also see Lucky, and you also do see Lucky and Jubilee, who are acting as his assistants, and there is also his personal assistant. Let's see here.
Real quick, Velvet, did the Shadow Beast have any like solid bones/teeth?
They do. You can go ahead and roll a survival check to pick out what you can gather.
Ich kann nicht lesen. I am Jared 19. Oh, sorry, that was twice. My bad.
It's all good. 12. we'll say you can get a couple bones and a couple teeth. Nothing major. You can also get a section of the pelt of the creature, but nothing that can make like full armor, but possibly you can make a cloak out of it.
That's not what I want. Are the teeth dangerous, or can I gift one to Lucky? Because I did promise to bring him something.
They
A
are
little
not.
trophy.
You can dull it. You can dull the tooth to make it not as sharp and dangerous, but you can definitely gift it to him. Yes.
Yeah. Then he gets a gift.
Okay, great. And I'll say you can give him a tooth and a claw, because there is like this cat does have huge hooked claws, so you give him one of those as well.
Nice. Thank you.
All right, so you go ahead and go to, you see Sifa Benis, who is the Viscount's hired assistant. They sit you down, and you are awaiting a meeting with Viscount Krauss. Just curious as to why you're waiting for a meeting when, there's no one waiting. There's no one he's meeting with. At some point, you're finally greeted by Jubilee and Lucky, who bring you into the office of him. He lives in the manor at the top of the hill. So waiting there. Let's go ahead and we got this there. Oh, that's why. One second. Alright, and Hydra needs to calm down.
Yeah, right?
Okay. Okay,
Just
so
recently ate a lion. He's excited.
you go up to Viscount Croat's manor at the very top of the hill. You go into his office and you find him sitting there, kind of resting, leaning into his office, leaning into his chair, looking at the lot of you. He stands up and he gives a bow. I am informed that you are the individuals who saved the town, so to speak. Well, you have my gratitude, and I am informed that you are in need of transportation east. Is that correct?
You're darn tootin'. We need to get from over here to over here, and he'll pull out the map and kind of just like point.
You don't need to show him. He doesn't need to know.
No, I want Kren to have circled both points in crayon.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Stop.
He's so
We have
good.
more than just one map, right? Like, this is not the only map we have.
Yeah. Well, this might be the only map you have. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's the only
there's
one
like
we
little,
found, so
there's
unless
little
you had
doodles
one
on the back
you...
that he's been drawing on when he gets bored.
He
So-
doodled like boats and everyone in a boat.
So I will say. Right. Well, I can provide you a vessel. I don't know if you need somebody to pilot said vessel for you, or if you are competent in your own abilities.
Oh no, please.
Okay,
A tradesman would be
yes.
great.
Well, I don't know if we can supply a tradesman, or if we
Well,
do, we might.
Why did you ask whether we need one then?
Well, I was going to finish my statement. Mr.
Liari, Frankersa.
Foncasa,
Yes.
are you sure? I've never heard of a Liari.
Oh, no.
Damn, get shit on, kid.
We're gonna roll initiative,
he
dude.
can't even reply. Like, that
I'm just
hurt. That
kinda-
hurt it
Are
really,
you-
really badly.
Puts a hand on his shoulder, pushes him back a little. Moving on.
Are you
Yo.
brother to Mihail, or?
Yes. Naturally. What do you think? I am his fucking cousin?
It's
That
just.
would also make you his husband, so.
I mean, do you have paperwork to prove your
I don't
your
need to prove
namesake?
anything to you. Finish your sentence if it's so important to you.
At any rate, I could provide assistance, but it will cut into the monetary reward that I was to provide you.
Well, that's fine. We don't need no monasteries.
Of course.
We have 2 monks right here. What do you mean? We don't need a whole monastery. We have our own already.
Well, I suppose I have a contract here that will dictate your reward. You either need we can rearrange. You were to receive a sum of 40 gold, or we can rearrange it so that you would receive a sum. You would
Each?
receive a much smaller. So, well, no, in total.
Yes, a smaller sum in return to have someone pilot us to whatever location we please, as long as it's safe for them.
40
yes.
is the smaller amount, yes?
Well, it could be 10 gold, with the remaining 30 being put towards the boat and supplies and the pilot that you would be requiring.
Kren just kind of like looks down at his hands and goes,
Don't.
"So this many, right?"
Yes, that many. Are you
I
a
can do
kobold?
that.
Is that a kobold?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Or do you need to see some documentation for it?
Well, I'm just curious
you want
if he's
documents?
safe.
Here,
I
I'll
didn't
pull
know.
his book
I didn't know
out.
I did not know kobolds were.
Well, you don't
purchased.
have a lot of knowledge in general, so I don't think you should be judging
Liari.
anyone that is
I'm not
present here right now.
certain you understand your station, Mr.
Oh,
Von
do I
Kersa, if that
not?
is truly your name.
Oh
Liari.
no, I love
If
making
that's
art
who you
shit.
really are.
Liari,
Even-
please.
If you truly are of the Von Kersa family, you understand that you are in the lands that I am under the management of, or I'm the manager
And you're
of.
doing a really great job of it. I'm very proud of you. Do you need a pat on the back for it?
Liari!
He's not having it. He's so pissed. He's
Mr. Von
seething.
Kersa, I appreciate your
Yes.
assistance in this manner, and I will be sure to let your family know that you did such a good job. I will pass that knowledge on to Count Petra, who is my superior, and I'm sure he will pass that information along to your father.
To your father.
He will
I
be
think
happy to know that
Artemis-
you will carry the tradition.
The tradition of the Podcasts of being an absolute bitch! I think Arden's gonna throw Jubilee some glances to try to can you get him out of here? Can you get him out of the room, bestie? Remove.
Jubilee's just shaking his head. No.
That's a train wreck we all have to
Nothing I
witness.
can
I'm
do
sorry,
here.
y'all.
Not touching that one with 30-foot pole.
Viscount Croats, we would be most thankful if you were to arrange transportation for us with a small monetary reward. That is most kind that you are so forthcoming regarding our issues.
Just sign here with your group name or your representative name, and that will formalize.
I want to sign.
No,
I want to
hands off.
sign. I want to
He's
sign.
gonna
Roll-
take the contract
need
and he's
to.
gonna
Roll
no, I'm gonna
dexterity.
take the
Roll
contract.
roll
I'm gonna
dexterity.
fucking
Roll
Arden.
roll
I'm gonna hold it.
roll
I'm
roll
gonna hold
competing
it above my
dexterity.
head.
Roll competing dexterity.
Please, this is so bad. Dexterity, just clean dexterity. Okay.
My character sheet won't load.
Aww.
Excuse me.
Fuck me anally.
Fuck.
Oh no, we
Hold
can't
on, I
have
need to
Liari.
reopen it.
No, please. If Liari represents us as a party, we are fucking doomed.
Stop!
Also-
My stuff won't load.
Oh no.
Everything's just a white screen.
That's okay. I can just
can-
win.
Just roll. I can also roll for Liari as
Yeah,
well.
please roll for me, because
Okay.
I literally, there's nothing on my screen right now.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, I'm gonna lose.
I won.
That's depressing. I'm gonna cry now. Goodbye. Well, nothing's happening.
Hold on.
Yep.
Well,
There we
fire.
go. Congratulations,
And with
our new
a
representative.
swift and agile hand, Liari von Kersa signs his entire name in one fell line, not even removing the pen from the paper before Ardent is able to remove the sheet of paper.
Did you read the contract? Did you read what you signed? At all? Did you read the small print? Did you read the legal repercussions? Do you have any idea what it means to sign away a contract? Do you have...
You just wanted to write his name.
Okay.
Arden is so tired. Like, the amount of contracts
Does
he signed that have put him in
anyone-
shit places.
Does anyone read the contract?
I read the contract.
I
Okay.
can't read.
So it basically reads as effectively an NDA saying that
Mhm.
it is very vague that there was a problem at Crook's End. It lists a couple cattle dying. It doesn't even list that it doesn't even list that Cecil Forthright died in the contract. It just lists that a couple cattle died, and there was a value roughly listed of the value lost in the accounts lost due to this issue, and then it lists that a party came in with representatives being named below under the line. A reward was given in this amount, and the issue is settled and need not be reported to the Grand Duke. To the Duke or Grand Duke.
Works.
Now we are not allowed to disclose what we did at all. Oh. Good. Well,
At least
fine.
it says without explicit permission of the Viscount or Count Petra.
Could be worse.
Art just kind of growling to himself, puts the contract back down. Thank you, Viscount Krutz, for your aid in the matter. He's not growling at him, he's
And
growling at
you-
the Ari.
And to you, Mr. Montgomery, for your continued protection of the town. Now, I understand that you will be leaving us, which I do feel sorrowful. He gives like a shrug about. However, if you ever need to return, you are more than welcome to maintain your position as town guard. So, with that business out of the way, is there anything else any of you need? He's standing up and buttoning up his coat. Is there anything anybody else needs from me?
He's zipping up his pants.
No, not at all. It's wonderfully fine, and I'm sure Mr. von Karasai will leave along with us in silence.
Well, I wish you
Go
a
on.
good rest of your day.
Arden does at least,
Well.
I don't know if everyone else does, but Arden definitely gives him, like, the bow that, even though he doesn't like him, he is respectful, so he gives him a little bow and just goes, may we meet again, or possibly not. Goodbye.
Well, with that, my assistant here will take you into town. She has all the requisite paperwork. You will meet up with the fisherman. What is his name?
What is his name? Boah, du fragst mich Fragen, du.
Here, I got you.
We just heard it.
We did?
No.
We didn't.
What's his
Oh.
name? Mr. Clayton, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
Sir. Sir Clayton will take you
Oh.
down as far as you need to go. He will be paid as such. You need not worry. Just make sure to settle your affairs before you leave. I assume you'll be gone for quite some time.
Yes,
Thanks for
unfortunately.
Well, if you need anything else, please inform my assistant. I'm sure she is more than capable of handling it. Anything you need. But she'll come get me if you require anything. And good day. Good day to
Good day.
you.
Yeah.
Good day to you, party, and Ardens, and Mr. Lihari von Kersa of the von Kersa family.
I hope he says it with, like, a little
Ugh.
extended wrist, just like, ugh.
His hand around the trident is just. He wants. He's so angry,
gives-
but he's just
He gives an almost like mocking kind of bow to you, where he like
I'm gonna.
twirls
Is
the
there a way
hand.
for me to ruin this man's life? Like, can I tell Daddy about this and
I
just
mean, you can try.
absolutely
My father.
I mean,
disintegrate?
do you want to go back home and tell your dad that you ran away and traveled with a party with a tiefling in your party? Do you want to, Mr. Malfoy?
He then
Will
takes
your-
he takes his leave of you. His assistant takes you. Is there anything else the party would like to accomplish before leaving town?
I mean, Arden's gonna do his goodbyes, but we don't need
course.
to go through that. He's gonna say goodbye to Liam, and he's gonna say goodbye to Lucky and Jubilee.
And we
of
could
course.
always cover the goodbyes at the beginning of the next session as well. So
Oh yeah, that's totally fine with me. I
Yeah.
honestly just he says goodbye. There's some hugs. There's some tschüssis. Ciao mit V. That's all.
okay. Well then, we're gonna go ahead and leave off the session there. We have our destination set. We have our method of transit set. We'll begin next session with beginning in Crook's End and wrapping up everything there, and then traveling down the water.
Mhm.
All right. So sorry about ending early, everybody.
Oh no, it's good.
It's fine.
It's all
That's
right.
I just hope everything's okay.
Everything's fine. Just a couple
Yeah.
things got intertwined that we have to take care of. Nothing critical right away, but definitely going to be ending the session early. Hopefully, we're going to figure out the next session where we'll make the calendar.
Yeah.
Yes.
We definitely need to make the calendar. The calendar's a good idea because I'm also getting confused. So
Mhm.
we'll make the calendar. We'll figure out our sessions. We'll figure out who can and who can't come, which is fine. We can always NPC people if needed. But at any rate, thank you all for showing up. I hope you enjoyed the session. I hope you enjoyed hanging out and having a good time. We will see you all next time, hopefully with our new player in Tau, and I will be drawing them a new overlay as well. So that'll all look very pretty.
Yay!
Excellent.
All right. But at any rate, goodbye, everybody. Hope you be cool to yourselves and be cool to others, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.